Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls. Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies. Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles," and some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Hello, good afternoon. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Would you believe it? Alongside me until I left, it's Darren Bent.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent.
I just said that.
Show me the Monnier. How you doing, bro? You right?
Well, no show me the Moyes today. Well, we've still got a packed show. You right? You well?
I'm good, man. You? How are you?
Great. Couldn't be better.
You're a bit up for that jacket, don't you? I mean, you look
What?
You look sharp. It's hot out there, isn't it?
It's lovely. I was filming this while I was working this morning. Right, Jingo, we've got a show for you today. We'll be looking back at a busy old night of Champions League action as Phil Foden continues his return to form. But at the peak of their powers, who are you taking? Oh, what a horrible question. Foden, Palmer or Bellingham? We'll also bring you live an exclusive commentary of the Merseyside derby. That's tomorrow at 11 a.m. So ahead of that one, we are focusing on the Toffees boss, David Moyes. We'll also be joined by some absolute superstars today. Former England prop David Flatman's with us. The legend that is, and he is a legend, the whirlwind Jimmy White is on today's show. And former Lioness Farah Williams. A great gaggle of guests there. We'll also look ahead to another big weekend of football with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex the Cookie Monster Cook. Yeah, me too. In today's Ready, Steady, Cook. See, told you it was a good show. This is Drive, this is talkSPORT. You can get involved by picking up the phone. Do it. 03717 223344.
We'll have a bit of that.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday to you, everyone. A little Mad Men update. So I watched episode 1 of season 2. I've gone back to... Can't
you just watch a few at a time and then come back to me?
No, because I get in late and I've got work to do at home.
Like, what do you do work at home?
Well, I edit the 21 Minutes to Go podcast. Me and Jason Cunny available to download now.
You said you do work. That's not work, that.
Right. I had to try my new onesie. Oh, it's unbelievable. So comfy. So comfy, the onesie. And then we sat down and watched it. I had a little glass of rosé with Mrs. G, and we watched episode 1 of season 2. Yeah. I just can't. I tell you the thing is, I can't see where it's going to go over 5 series. It must go to all different places.
That's incredible.
Oh, you've incredibled it.
Yeah.
That's a big statement, DB. What did you do last night? Oh, you went to that thing?
No, went Novikov for my
my
cousin's stag meal.
That was one you were trying to get out for months.
No, I wasn't. Don't try that.
Yeah.
That was really nice to see the boys. The bill was lovely.
Did you pay for the bill?
No, we will split it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you feel a little bit obliged because you're a multi-millionaire and they're not?
No, do you know what's nice? Because my friends have always been like that. Like, they've never really...
What? They've waited for you to pay the bill?
Nah, never. Like, most of the time I have, but they often go, no, what are you doing? Like, no. So, obviously I've had the same group since I grew up.
Oh, that's nice.
But no, it was nice. Novikov.
Late one?
No, I got him about 1:45.
Okay. You shoot off early?
No, everyone left at that time.
Okay.
We're old men now. We don't really do what we used to do.
Old men, yeah, you got reasons.
Back in the day, tell you, we was out.
All right. Well, you weren't a drinker though back in the day, were you?
No, but still.
You had other benefits.
But what do you mean with that?
You had other benefits.
But anyway,
I can elaborate if you want.
No, it was nice. Yeah, obviously Novikov's a lovely restaurant, isn't it?
I've been there. Too expensive for me.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
For me? Is that what you're saying?
Not for you, but it just is in general because.
Come on, how much your bill come to?
North of 1,000.
What, per person?
No, for all of us.
How many of you?
There's only 5. That's still.
All right. Go on, how much is that a head?
200. I think I'm 230.
Oh yeah, okay. So you put a little tip in.
Yeah,
that's not bad for a night.
No, but it's I mean, it felt like the food was just relentless. It was like loads of lamb chops, then like rice, then it was like yellowtail, which I love eating. Then there was a bit of there's loads of stuff. But it was a very
the club
nice
you went to after was nice.
I don't go clubbing anymore. Do they still exist? I don't know.
I don't know if clubs.
I don't know one person.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can ask the listener that goes to nightclubs anymore. People go to bars.
Yeah.
And like day parties.
Ryan Bryan, who works on the show, you're one of the kids. Do nightclubs still exist, Ryan? Ryan says big time. Do they though? Okay. He said he saw you in Chasers not too long ago.
Chasers? What's that?
Yeah, that's where you went, right?
What's Chasers?
The club. You, Ryan, David went there. No?
Right, you idiot.
Right, a busy show is coming your way. We have the, my favourite person on the planet, Jimmy the Whirlwind White, joins us a bit later on. So you've got the English Open on at the moment. So Jimmy will be... I should put it on one of the screens, actually. I did have it on yesterday. Cookie will be joining us. Ready, steady, Cookie's happening today. All the movers and shakers looking at a really, really, really great weekend of football.
I'm pretty sure that my dad loved Jimmy.
What do you mean loved?
Like, as in, like snooker.
Doesn't anymore?
Yeah, was desperate for him to win a world championship.
Why have you mentioned that?
No, because was he used to practice in Wandsworth, was it?
All over the place.
Yeah, but...
Balham, Wandsworth.
I just love him. Love him.
Okay. And what am I meant to do with that information?
Just letting you know.
Let me write it down. That's a great story. We'll play that later. Bentley's dad.
That's not a story. I'm just telling you.
Used to.
No, but at least my story.
Love. Hold on. Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's it. Any other people that used to love him?
No, but he's coming.
That's great.
No, but he's coming on the show. Great. So that's
a great.
No, but that is relative to the show. Yeah, you told me a story about DVD. So you man watching dodgy DVDs.
Jim, good to see you.
What's it called?
Yeah. First question.
What was the DVD?
China Syndrome.
What relevance is that to the show? China Syndrome.
Michael Douglas movie, don't it?
Michael Douglas. Is he coming on?
Jim, good to see you. First question. Bentley's dad used to love you.
Probably knows him.
I bet he probably does know him, actually.
Yeah.
Jimmy knows everyone.
There you go. But yeah, Chinese Syndrome, what it's called.
The China Syndrome with Michael Douglas. Terrible movie. Or maybe it is. I've never seen it. All right, we're going to start with Man City. They got their Champions League campaign off to a winning start at home to Napoli last night, and Phil Foden continued his return to form.
Haaland suddenly heads it over the keeper, and that gets rid of all the frustration. But Pep Guardiola, the dink from Phil Foden, it's world class. It's not top class, it's world class.
The last 2 games he's been brilliant. It's all about confidence, Al. It's all about confidence football. If you start playing well, you know you're playing well, and you can't wait for the next game. And that's hopefully the Phil Foden we know.
I think when Foden plays, they look a really different team.
Foden.
Yeah, he's got a new haircut. I like it. Man City were 2-0 winners at home to 10-man Napoli last night in their first Champions League game of the season. The game also saw Phil Foden continue his return to form. In fact, he followed up his goal in the Manchester derby at the weekend with an assist for Erling Haaland's 50th Champions League goal last night. Wow. His manager, Pep Guardiola, spoke to the media after the game, and he said he was pleased to have the England midfielder back to his best.
You cannot imagine, I said before, how I miss him, how we miss Phil. Last 2 games have been the field that we know, and I know how he played close to the Erling in the year that we won the 4th Premier League, the last game against West Ham here. Phil was the best player in the Premier League, so last season we could not be there and cannot be here. So yeah, it's it's a sense of danger close to the box, and he could score 1 or 2 goals again. So yeah, we are so happy because I know that as much he's happy and his joy and his life is fine, the rest, his nature, his incredible talent comes alone.
That's nice, isn't it? That Pep's happy to have him back.
He's happy to back after they put him back in the position that he wants to play.
Yeah. Well done, Pep.
Well done, Pep. He's happy because he's back in the position that you chose to put him in.
Yeah. He's unhappy when you don't play him as a 10. But when he does play as a 10, he looks great, right? I mean, I thought his header at the weekend was great. It sort of went under the radar, but I mean, it open goal, but he did flick it to the keeper's right, his left. I thought,
no, still a great header against Man United.
Okay. His assist last night was sublime. I don't know how it works. I've never played at the highest level. You have. When you've got a player that flicks it up to a centre forward that's 6'4", and it's probably the only place that it could be for Erling Haaland to have a chance to score, as in Haaland then had to flick it. I mean, the header was great as well.
Well, do you know
what do you think Foden was doing there?
Just getting the ball into an area where.
Okay.
But listen, the assist is fantastic, right? But in his brain, he hasn't gone, do you know what? If I assist it in a certain height, then he can head it. And what that is what you're hoping as a midfield player. And listen, Foden's a top player and Haaland's a top goal scorer. Is all you thinking to yourself, if I can get the ball into that area, he'll do the rest.
Okay.
So Haaland's just thinking about Foden, just get me the pass, get the ball through to me somehow. And then Foden's thinking, well, if I just get it anywhere near him, because if it was a bit lower, Haaland would have tried to maybe knee it in or chest it down and smash it.
Yeah.
But because he's such one of the best goal scorers on the planet, in an instant he's gone, right, that's the height of it. I just got to try to head it into the corner, and it's a fantastic header. And the pass of Phil Foden is one of those midfield players I love because they take risks. I don't think we see enough of that nowadays. Everything's so structured. Pass, don't give the ball away. Keep 400 passes, and then maybe when it's an obvious pass, then we make it. Just on the half turn, little scoop in behind, and then Haaland's like on the shoulder. Away we go. And it's no coincidence all of a sudden, even though Haaland was good last year, scored a lot of goals, I've heard a lot of people say this season he looks really sharp. But that's because he's got a midfield player in Foden behind him who's looking on the half turn, right, where can I slide him the ball? Where can I get him opportunities?
The big problem England have got is how you fit.
It's massive.
It is a massive problem. How you fit Foden, Bellingham and Cole Palmer into the same, not side, position.
Yeah.
Right, now I do think that someone like Phil Foden, if you had to squeeze him in, I wouldn't put him out wide, but can play a 6.
Yeah, see,
I do think he can turn and
but
pivot.
Then you're then going with a classic example of the Lampard Gerrard situation where you go, just get him in as a 6.
No, but I think he can play that. I don't think Bellingham can play that as well as Foden could. They both can.
But that's not Foden's position.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Foden, you've got a better chance, I think, of getting Foden in his. Maybe not a better chance, but my point is, everyone has said about Foden playing the 10. If you try and put him in as a 6, you've seen him wide, it doesn't work. If you can't get him in the team, you can't get in the team. Simple as that.
So you don't put him in the England team?
I don't. Because I've seen Jude play for England a number of occasions, and people have tried to say he's overrated, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I've seen him when England have needed him. I've seen him play well for Birmingham City when he first got on the radar, turned himself into a superstar in this country. Then I see him go to Dortmund and dominate in the Bundesliga. Then I see him in his first season for Real Madrid go there, dominate, win the Champions League, win the Golden Boy, which obviously Ballon d'Or for the young kids.
Yep.
I've seen him for England go there, but turn himself into England's one of the main men. So I've seen him in effectively four different teams play at a high level. So there's no one on the planet I'm moving Jude out of any position. Okay. That's his position.
And then how does Cole Palmer get into that?
Well, this is the thing, because when Palmer's again one of those footballers, when he catches fire, oh my goodness, great! It can come from anywhere.
He's a genius.
He's touched.
I've always called him a genius from day one, and you've never ever agreed with me. Are you agreeing with me now?
I'm not saying because genius is a very,
so still not.
But he's a top player. Like the goals he scored. I mean,
his touch,
even his finish. The finish the other day, people are not speaking about that enough.
He almost passed it into the corner.
Into the top corner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he's incredible. So, but unfortunately, again, you can have some fans out there and they're entitled to their opinion. They'll say that he's better than Saka. But when Saka puts on an England shirt, he's always up there as one of the best players.
Yeah, can't deny that.
So, unfortunately, again, players are going to have to miss out.
So if, it's a horrible question. If it was start, bench or sell, Foden, Palmer, Bellingham, what are you doing?
I'm starting Jude.
Yeah.
I'm benching Palmer. I'm selling Phil.
You think Phil Foden's the worst of the three?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
It's like a 10,
he's third.
9.9, 9.8.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's how closely they are. But and the only reason I'm basing it off is because I've not seen Phil yet turn up for England, and I need to see that. I've seen Palmer play for England, do well. It's obviously scored a big goal in a final, real impact for England. I've seen Jude for England on many of occasions, bail England out of trouble. And then Foden, I've heard so many people talking about, well, he's not playing his right position. But then still, whenever you're being asked to play for England, just go out there and show me something.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Listen, Man City fans, what's it like to have Phil Foden playing back in that 10 position? I'm a huge fan of his. I'm sure you are as well.
Question. What, start, bench, sell?
Can I have a think about it, genuinely?
I didn't get to think. I had to just go.
I know, but I'm asking you.
No, you can't.
Okay, I'm not telling you.
No.
I'll tell you when we come back. Sometimes I've let you have breathing space.
Okay, right.
All right, I'll do it when we come back. I think it's a real tough one. Right. You just blurt it out like Bellingham.
I know for a fact there's one that you definitely... Who you sell? I know you know who you're selling.
I don't know who I'm selling. I can't sell Palmer, and I love Foden.
Oh, so you're selling Jude then?
Well, that's why I said come back after the break. Okay. 03717223334. When we come back, Bent will be on his own. And hopefully there'll be lots of you having your say. Maybe you can answer that question. There you go. Start, bench, or sell, Foden, Palmer, or Bellingham. 03717223334. Good luck with that. listening to Driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Let me just tell you, I don't know if I can tell you, but you're part of the family. I'm going to tell you, I think there's something wrong with our phone lines. All right, so don't bother phoning yet. They are broken. They're being fixed. I'm just being honest. I don't want people hanging on the line for 20 minutes going, they're not picking up. So I'll let you know when they're working. So apologies for that, but these things happen. Still to come, we're going to be joined by George Weasley from Harry Potter. Now, you've watched Harry Potter. They've watched Harry Potter. I'm probably the only person on the planet who hasn't.
No, I've only watched 2.
All right, but I'm told that this is a big, big deal. Okay? So that makes me very excited about the fact we've got George Weasley.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Is that George?
That's Hagrid.
All right, fine. Okay. I'm never... Is that a big thing? When we were in a meeting, I said I've never watched it. Everyone was like,
no, and then
I'm probably the only person on the planet that hasn't seen it.
And then your response was, because I'm not 9.
Yeah, that's just for kids, right?
Anyway, listen, fast forward to that.
All right.
No, have you got to read to
Well, I've got other stuff to do.
Do your reading and we'll go back.
Okay. Just quickly, Arsenal exec Vice Chair Tim Lewis has left the club as part of the reshuffle at board level. Al Nassr interested in signing Casemiro on a free transfer when his Man United contract expires next summer. And we're not taking your calls at the moment on start, bench, or sell, Foden, Palmer, or Bellingham.
No, we need that now. But I need you to do it.
Well, you're going to do something else.
That was it.
All right.
I need you to tell me.
Before I tell you that, which I'm going to do in 20 seconds, let me tell you that today's No Googling at 6:30. You know, that's my one.
Yep.
It starts off, who's the only player? And they're always my favourite. You will not get it. It's a mind... But the office, only one person. Joe, the accountant, got it.
Oh, I'll get it then.
You won't get it. It's 6:30 question is mind-blowing.
Okay.
You want my answer to the question, start, bench, or sell, Foden, Palmer, or Bellingham? It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, very tough. Because they're all... That's it. It's a 10.
Here's my question with Bellingham, and I will get to it. If Bellingham played still for Dortmund, would we still lord him up as undroppable?
Yeah,
Is it because he plays for Real Madrid?
Yeah, okay, if Phil wasn't at Man City, would you still say Phil's the...
No, but... Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So
Where would Phil be? Because Dortmund is still a big club. Where would Foden be?
I don't know, because...
You've got to give me that example.
No, I can't, but I just need you to start, bench, and so on.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I start 2 players?
No! Come on!
Why do you want it so much?
Because I did mine straight away and you...
Who did you say? Remind me yours? Bellingham, you started.
I'm benching Cole.
All right. I love Cole Palmer.
You're selling him.
I don't think I can do this.
No, you've got to.
Well, what happens if I don't?
Everyone here listening will go, Goldstein's a right weasel.
We've got him on later, Ron Weasel, haven't we?
Nah, that's the other one.
All right.
It's Ron Weasley, by the way.
Oh, fine, okay. I would start Palmer.
Okay.
All right?
This is massive. You're going to sell Jude, I know you are. You're going to start Palmer.
Yeah. I'm going to bench Foden and I'm going to sell Bellingham. Oh, no, that's nuts.
You know,
Let me explain why.
Yeah.
Right? I think Palmer's a genius. I think the other two are obviously brilliant, but I think Palmer's just got that little bit of something that you can't teach to anyone. He's just got the X factor. He's an absolute genius, the kid, right? So Palmer for me starts. Then I'm left with Foden and Bellingham. Now, I love Foden, and I think he's a phenomenal player. Bellingham's equally, but the other one I'm not sure about. But out the 3, I'm starting Cole Palmer.
Okay, and who are you benching?
I'm benching Foden.
Okay, You're selling Bellingham.
I'll put Bellingham on the bench.
No, you can't. Oh, so you're selling Foden.
I'm not going to sell him.
No, but that's the game, man.
No, I'll send him off to the bomb squad, and then secretly, and then I'll call him back when no one's looking.
Okay,
it's tough. I don't know the answer.
We need a proper answer. Come on, I give you.
Okay, start Palmer.
Yep, bench.
Bellingham, sell Foden.
Okay, that's fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, you sold the same person.
Yeah.
The starters.
I don't want to sell Foden. We'll go to the phone lines in a minute. Listen, while they're fixing that, let me ask you. Last night we saw a moment in the game which sadly ended Kevin De Bruyne's time on the field after about 25, 26 minutes. Di Lorenzo pulled back. I think it was Rasmus Højlund actually, right? He tripped him up, right?
Erling Haaland.
What did I say?
Rasmus Højlund.
I didn't I? Why did I say that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
No, he fouled him.
Fouled him, right? And he got red carded for it.
I mean,
it was outside the area, right? Now, here's my problem with that scenario. I'd love people's views on this if we get the phone lines fixed. My problem with it is you are being sent off because you are denying
a goal scoring opportunity,
but not a goal.
Yeah,
I think that's key in my argument. You're stopping an opportunity from happening, but not necessarily a goal.
No.
And because of that, I think it's a little bit too harsh to have a player sent off. I think there needs to be, I don't know what the answer is, but there needs to be something like, instead of the player being sent off, you have a penalty. Because then that is your goal scoring opportunity given to you on a plate. And if you score a penalty, fine. And if you don't, fine. But at least the player doesn't get sent off because you're getting sent off for something that might not have led to a goal. And I don't think that's fair.
Well, no, see, I think it is fair. Like, I wouldn't be giving penalties for that. Even if it's outside the area and you foul him and it's a potential red card, give a penalty. I don't agree with that. But this is my thing with defenders, right? Defending. In scenarios like that, where fair, that's just a missed time challenge. He's gone for the ball, got nowhere near it, he's fouled him, it's a red card. So it's unlucky. But I do think sometimes a defender, when you see strikers going through, trust your goalkeeper. I never understand when someone goes through and they take him out early doors, they end up getting the red card, and it's like, oh, I'm denying of a goal scoring opportunity. I always think to yourself, just let him go then, run him down and back your goalkeeper. Because I would rather my team, however long's left, try and get themselves back into the game.
Well, that's key.
With 11 men.
That's key, how long's left.
Yeah.
If there's 5 minutes to go, you're doing it.
Okay, that's different, but then you go, okay, fair enough.
Okay, when are you doing it?
Say we're winning 1-0, relegation battle, need the 3 points desperately, last 90 plus 1, they go through, I'm hacking them down.
Okay, what about same scenario, 80 minutes?
I'm still 1-0 up.
Yeah.
No, I back my team to defend
Would
10
you?
minutes. Yeah, 10 men for, 10 minutes? Yeah, I back my team to do that.
Okay.
But no, I just think sometimes defenders let him go and then back your goalkeeper to make the save.
Do you think there's something wrong with the rule?
No, I quite like it. I really like it.
You're not denying a goal. You're denying a goal. I mean,
you're denying a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, but one's a fact. The fact is he's gone. He's red card. He's gone.
Yeah.
But the other one's not a fact. You've got an opportunity to score, but you might not. And I just think that you're weighing up a player leaving the field, and you're down to 10 men up against someone that might have scuffed it, might have smashed it over the bar. Goalkeeper might have saved it.
I don't think you could, because for all you know, you're saying about if that happens, like give him a penalty, but he might have gone through and his touch might have been bad, and it might have taken him off the pitch. So he doesn't even get a shot at goal. Do you know what I mean? So I actually quite like the fact that I don't even mind the cynical defending. I actually quite like it.
Okay.
It's a part of the game. I mean, Chiellini's probably the one that I remember most.
Oh, the Euros.
When Saka was gone, he just kind of...
We asked Bonucci that and he just laughed in our face.
You know what? Not only did he you're right, in our face. Laughed at
No remorse.
Nothing.
Just laughed at us.
I think that's why I like it. He was a nice guy. Bonucci.
He was lovely, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Really nice. Still to come, we'll be joined by George Weasley from Harry Potter, if the phone line's working. First up, it's time for No Googling. Remember my one, Goldstein's No Googling, the unanswerable No Googling at 6:30. We want to know, who is the only manager to win the UEFA Cup and the European Cup in consecutive seasons with different clubs? Hold on, I have to say that again. That is unbelievable. Who's the only manager to win the UEFA Cup and then the European Cup in consecutive seasons with two different clubs?
Did you say European Cup or Champions League? Because that's a big club.
It means Champions League. It means Champions League, yeah, 100%.
Right.
Great question. The answer to that and loads more coming up, including Jimmy Martin today's show, right after this.
Marcus Rashford is confident we'll see the best of him on loan at Barcelona.
If that happens, I will be the first one on air, on radio, on newspaper, on Instagram if I have to say I was wrong. And I'm happy to do that. Only if he keeps performing like he did today.
talkSPORT's Troy Deeney reckons Rashford's already on the plane to the World Cup. He scored twice in the 2-1 win over Newcastle. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola says the Foden-Haaland link-up is key to Man City's revival. And after another terrific performance, Foden can be the Premier League's best again.
We are so happy because I know that this match he's happy and his joy and his life is fine. The rest, his nature, his incredible talent comes alone.
Erling Haaland doesn't blink, though. He's now the fastest player to reach 50 Champions League goals. Heading home, a lovely loop-through ball from Phil Foden in the win over 10-man Napoli. Elsewhere, Man United are into the Women's Champions League proper for the first time, thanks to Elizabeth Turland's hat-trick over Brann. Rugby League's Hull KR are going for a hat-trick of trophies after securing their first League Leaders' Shield. And maybe the best LA Dodger ever, pitcher Clayton Kershaw's announced he's retiring at the end of this MLB season. There's more on this at talksport.com.
It's the Gorillas, isn't it? The Gorillas.
Yeah. I thought it was Damon Albarn, but is it what? Don't be silly. It's Drive on talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. DB, the Stick Free alongside me, Darren Bent. Before the break, asked a great question. Who's the only manager to win the UEFA Cup and the Champions League in consecutive seasons with different clubs?
Give me the...
I haven't written clues for it.
Give me the year. I'll get it.
04 and 05.
I know that is then.
Go on then.
Rafa.
Yeah. What's his surname?
Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, well done. Well, I'll give it to full
The manager
stop.
with the thickest skin in management must do.
What, when he was at Chelsea?
Anyway, Everton.
That's nuts, isn't it?
No.
That is insane, isn't it? Right. Still to come, in fact, talking of Everton, we'll be looking ahead to tomorrow's Merseyside derby. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT. But now let's turn our attention to a bit of golf. Oh, I love golf because the Ryder Cup gets underway next Friday with Team Europe looking to hold on to the title they won back in 2023. Ahead of that, Brooklyn Beckham, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Eli Manning are among some of the names confirmed to feature in the Ryder Cup All-Star Celebrity Match at Bethpage Black. Why wasn't I invited? I don't know, probably because I'm not big enough.
Celebrity.
Also taking part will be Ollie Phelps, a.k.a. George Weasley from Harry Potter. That's the one. And he joins us now to really rub my nose in that he's playing golf and I'm not. Ollie, hello, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, guys. How are we doing?
We're good. We're very well. I'm very jealous that you're doing this, if the truth be known. I absolutely love my golf. I'm addicted to it. And only people that play golf understand that addiction. I'm guessing you're a huge, keen golfer.
I am, yeah. I play quite a bit myself, so it's been really good to be able to to somehow get this invite. I've got to go to Bethpage next week and represent Europe. I really cannot wait. I'm really excited for it.
Let's find out how good you are. What do you play off?
I play for 5 handicap, so I can get by. I can get by.
Is that good?
That's unbelievable. Yeah, that's unbelievable. He's basically a pro.
Wow.
How did the invite come about? Did you beg, borrow, and steal to get on it, or they just phoned you up one day?
Yeah, I would have done, but I was actually luckily another drop. I was out in Switzerland playing in the Amiga tournament out there in Crans, Montana, and playing in the Pro-Am. And on about the 9th or 10th hole, one of the organisers for the All-Star match pulled me aside and said, what are you doing towards the end of September? Do you fancy representing Europe in the All-Star match at the Ryder Cup? And it took me less than a second to say yes and clear any schedule I had coming up.
I mean, it's a fantastic. I mean, I don't play golf, but I can only imagine how good it will be to play in it. Do you get nervous? Because obviously you're an actor by trade, but when you're going into a different environment, do you get nervous?
No doubt I will be nervous when we're on the first tee doing it. But I mean, you'll appreciate it on a football point of view. Like I was at the Mestalla in Valencia a couple of years ago and took a penalty at half time in front of 42,000 people and skied it.
Oh, no.
I bet he knows exactly what that's like.
Once you fail at that, nothing's going to be as bad. So the ground didn't swallow me up, so it was okay.
Who are you looking forward to playing either alongside or with?
So Tom Felton's on the team, who was in Harry Potter with me. So we'll probably be playing together. We've had a few golf trips over the years ourselves, so we'll have some good fun together.
Can I ask you, right? And I hope this doesn't come across as like an insult, but I'm just being honest. I'm the only person on the planet that hasn't seen the Harry Potter movies, right? My kids absolutely go mad for it. When we went to Florida, it was the first thing we did. Let's go Harry Potter world. I'm the only person on the planet, right? But my question, everyone obviously knows who you are, wherever you go. Is your life a little bit insane?
It isn't. But then, like on other times, it's always good fun. Like I went up to watch Villa up at Everton last weekend in the away end, and you get a few people recognise you, but it's more a case of it's quite cool that people look like who've necessarily grown up watching the films. They kind of see you as more of a "you're all right, mate," and that's kind of where it ends. So it's a nice balance.
Okay, can I ask actually? Have you been on the rides in Florida, in Orlando?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go on the one with the motorbike and the sidecar?
Yes.
Did that scare the pants off you?
It did, because they didn't tell us about the drop, what happens in it as well, and then you go backwards. It's mental.
It is. I don't like roller coasters, and I went on that, and honestly, it was just awful. Everyone told me it was great, but I come off white as a sheet and nearly fainted. It was terrible. Listen, tell me a bit about the format, because it's not just 18 hole. You're not just playing normal golf, right?
No, so it's over 10 holes. So we play the first hole, then we swap over to the, I think, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we play that twice. And I think it's a scramble, the format.
Yeah.
So the pressure's not necessarily playing your own ball the whole time. So if you do hit a bad shot, hopefully it won't count too much.
I've always wondered this with golfers as well. I mean, you say you play a 5, which is what Andy's telling me is incredible. But I've always wondered, can you tell how you're going to play a round of golf by the very first shot? So if your first shot straight down the green, the fairway green, I think it's the fairway, will you go, all right, it's going to be a good day today?
I wish it stayed like that, but sometimes it can be the opposite. You can hit a good shot and then suddenly it goes to pieces, or to counter that, you hit a really bad shot and you think, oh, forget it, I'll just play whatever. And you can end up shooting a really good score. But my main thing is playing in this match is not hitting any of the spectators. That's going to be my first port of call.
I was going to ask if you got a hole in one, but you might have answered that one now. Have you ever got that?
No, I know. I've come close, but never got around there. So this would be a good time to get it.
Yeah, it really will. Let's talk about your side. You mentioned you're a big Aston Villa fan. Yes. Have you got more chance of getting a hole in one or them scoring a goal?
Well, at the moment, it looks like I could be getting that before a goal goes in, isn't it?
What's happening?
I've got no idea. What's going on. I mean, as I say, I went to the game last weekend, and we could still be playing now, and I think, and not look like troubling the keeper. So it's hopefully you'd just like to think with Elliott getting that goal the other day against Brentford. I know it was a bit of a gift, but you'd like to think that they've got a goal now. Maybe more will come from it, but I just don't know what's going on. It's really not like watching an Emery team at the moment.
I mean, speaking of Unai Emery, you must be delighted the way it's gone since he's become manager, because all of a sudden the Champions League nights are back. You're playing some really good football. So as you just said there, it is a real surprise and a shock that you guys have started off the season as badly as you have.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it'll be, you'd like to think that, he knows what he's doing and it'll come into it, and then they'll find a way of working to their strengths. I mean, it's going to take a bit of time for Sancho and Elliott maybe to learn the full movements of the team, but hopefully they'll add to it as well. And yeah, we just need those few goals to start going in. I mean, they're travelling up to Sunderland at the weekend, and they're quite handy at home at the moment. So we need to make sure we can get a goal at least. Do you watch Aston Villa? Do you get to watch them a lot? Because the reason why I ask that question is because we speak to a lot of people they say they support their team, and we ask them questions, and you can quite clearly tell that they don't know really what they're talking about. But obviously, clearly, you've got a proper interest in Aston Villa. You know exactly what's going on. So do you watch them a lot? Yeah, well, I've got a season ticket as well at Villa Park, which I probably managed to get to about maybe just over half the games.
Wow!
So it's fun. It's fun when they're doing well, but it's just as I say, it's just a shock. We didn't think, but I mean they've kind of been fighting certainly since the transfer window with almost like one hand tied behind their back in terms of recruitment, what they can bring in and stuff. So they're going to be maybe stagnant this year. I don't know. But we'll just have to see. I mean, they definitely got the coach who can bring the best out of the players.
I don't know if you saw Rashford's goals last night, but he looked like I wouldn't say he's back to his best. It's a little bit early, but he looked great. Is there a part of you that wishes he was still at Villa?
I do. I'd like to think that had we made Champions League last season, he would have stayed. But again, it goes back to that financial thing. Would we been able to keep him in the first place?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's as I say, he did well for us though last year.
I got to say as well. I mean,
So what happened there? Why was there such a big gap?
Because Joe was talking to me. While
Oh, right,
I was
fine,
trying to see the answer. What's the expectation then for Villa this season? I know it's been a bit of a difficult start, but what are you expecting this season then? Where do you think you guys could finish?
I think you definitely want to say Europa League. I mean, we've qualified for it this year, so hopefully go far into that competition. But at the very minimum, we've been used to finishing in the top 6. So you'd like to think that's it. But, as we've seen, all teams have strengthened and we kind of haven't been able to do that. So you'd like to think top 6 would be achievable, but we'll have to see how the season pans out.
You almost made a rod for your own back with the success you had last season, right? Because the expectation levels for you and other Villa fans, it's like, right, back in the Champions League, semi-finals of the Champions League, top 4 of the Premier League, and we should win a trophy. Especially on the back of you seeing Newcastle win a trophy last season, right? It's like, why can't it be us? Yeah,
well, that's it. I mean, they probably had a really good chance as well until they played Palace in the semi-final. I don't think anyone really saw that result coming. So we'll have to see how they regroup this year. Obviously, the League Cup's gone already. But, we'll hold out for another trophy later in the season.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that. Right, listen, tell me, you don't stop. You've got a marathon coming up. Tell us a bit about that. Have you run one before? You're obviously a keen runner, right?
Yeah, no. Well, to be honest, I've never run really in my life. A friend of mine asked me back in April, do you fancy doing the New York Marathon? Like, yeah, sure. How hard could it be? Couldn't run a kilometre, I'd say, after I said so.
Oh, my goodness.
But last night I was able to get 30 kilometres in, and that's running the New York Marathon for the Matt Hampson Foundation. So we're going to be raising some funds for them. And it's actually doing the marathon on the same day that a show I co-host with my brother is coming out on Food Network in America. So it'll be all go beginning of November. So it should be good fun.
Okay. You're working the night of the marathon, right?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to be curled up in a ball crying.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say, I've run a couple of them. The last one was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Any tips?
If you could, don't stop. Any tips? I think I had like a jelly baby every other mile, and then the other mile I didn't have a jelly baby. I had a gel. I think every 4 miles. But if you think you can comfortably run 16, 17 or 18 miles, the last 6 or 7 miles, the crowd and the adrenaline get you through it. So if you're in your mind, if you're pretty comfortable in running that distance, you should do it, no problems.
Okay, fingers crossed then. Fingers crossed.
Or
hopefully Villa will have scored by then as well.
I don't think so. or get a taxi when you're halfway around. Listen, before I let you go, there'll be so many Harry Potter fans listening to this going, ask him a question about Harry Potter. What's your favourite Harry Potter movie?
To watch, probably Deathly Hallows Part 1, I'd say.
Okay. My producer's screaming in my ear. It should have been Goblet of Fire. I don't know why he's saying that.
It was a good one. It was a good one to film. Long hair on that one anyway.
Okay.
I love 1.
Yeah?
I loved 1.
I should get into it.
You need to.
I
loved 1.
All right, I'll go next after Mad Men. I'll go there. Last question. Is it really peaceful where you are? Is that a green screen behind you?
It's a green screen at the moment. I'm trying to look a bit golfy with the golf course picture in the background. It looks a bit better than a dull room.
Where are you?
I'm in a room in my house, which is it's not the most interesting looking, so I've tried to make it look a bit more interesting for you guys.
Bless you for putting that up. That's very kind of you. In fact, let me ask you this then, right? Have you nicked stuff from the set? You must have stuff from Harry Potter in your house, right?
There's 1 or 2 things I may have permanently borrowed, yeah.
What have you got?
I wouldn't say there's anything too interesting though. Just more some stuff from the joke shop that our characters ran in the films.
Have you got your wand?
No. So they took those off us as soon as we come off set. There would be one. Gary, the prop guy, would be waiting, and they'd be like, "Right, okay, give it here," and that was it.
That's
so, but they're all on display now at the studio tour in London.
That's terrible.
Incredible. That
I would have nicked that. Ollie, what a superstar you are! Listen, good luck with the golf. I'm so envious. Well, just the fact you're playing golf, actually, but the fact you're involved in it's going to be a great, great day. You mentioned you're running the marathon as well, New York Marathon, for a charity. Just remind everyone that charity and how they can donate if they want to.
Yeah, it's the Matt Hampson Foundation, and it's if you search on Just Giving, the page will be on there as well.
Okay. When are you next in London? We'd love to have you in the studio for a proper chat, Ollie.
Yeah, sure. I should be back. Should be down there probably just after the marathon when the press kicks on for Wizards of Bacon season 2 when that's over here in the UK.
Okay, can we get you in?
Sounds good. Definitely. Let's do it.
What a superstar you are. Good luck with everything. Thanks so much for your
Cheers,
time.
Ollie. Thank you.
Cheers, chaps. Take care. Bye.
How nice is he?
What a
Ollie
lovely
Phelps.
fellow.
Yeah. I mean,
And you're just mad. He's an absolute superstar. And
I know. When you're involved in one of, if not the biggest franchise in movie history,
one of them, yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit frightening.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's like, top 5, definitely. he?
Yeah, I think Star Wars is up there.
Jurassic Park's up there.
Is it? Is it still? I know the first couple.
Mate,
were good,
come
but-
on, that franchise.
I know, but now it's the same story. Some bloke goes to an island, finds a little dinosaur egg, turns into a big dinosaur, and they get chased by it.
Yeah, but isn't
and then they kill it.
Yeah, but isn't everything the same?
No.
I mean, it's really, isn't it?
No, but I mean, not as homed in as the storyline to Jurassic Park.
No, but it's up there in terms of one of the biggest franchises ever.
Yeah. Did you watch it all? Yeah.
Jurassic Park?
Yeah. No, Harry Potter.
I've only seen the first 2.
Who's got the biggest wand in it?
Harry.
Has he?
Yeah.
That don't surprise me. Show off. More from me and DB the Snicker Freak right after this. Live and Drive and talkSPORT.
Is this a man starting, yeah?
You like that?
Kano, yeah? Bit Kano.
Oh, yeah, a bit Kano, yeah.
P's and Q's.
What?
P's and Q's, assume.
If you drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Not stop chatting, is he? Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the weekend's action in Ready, Steady, Cook. You be careful, Darren, right? Smash your face in. Ooh. Just quickly, West Ham have reportedly held talks with Nuno Espirito Santo as pressure grows on manager.
Do you not understand?
Graham Potter, what do you make of that?
If I'm Potter, right, I'm sitting there thinking, first of all, yesterday it was Bilic.
Yep.
Today they've held talks with Nuno.
Yep.
You're thinking, you know what? This is no good. I'm out. He'll be out of there. Now it's going to give you more pressure.
Yeah, but he can't leave.
Oh,
they need to sack him. Yeah, they need to.
They will.
So he gets his money. Yeah.
But I thought Nuno would. The moment he was under pressure and he was losing games, and what Nuno did at Forest, which was brilliant, he was never going to be out of work for long.
Yeah.
And West Ham need that type of football.
Yeah.
Then I don't think they're good enough to be expansive.
No, of course they're not.
They have to be quite.
You finished?
Well, you asked me the question.
Time enough of this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
It's time now for today's bet with the friends at Paddy Power. Let's welcome Matt Kerr to the show. Kerr, is he?
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the afterglow of a midweek win for once.
Oh, okay. Well, who's your team?
Swansea.
Oh, yeah? They still going, are they?
They beat Forest, haven't they?
Yeah, they did. They come from behind as well to beat them. Right,
2 stoppage time goals.
We've got you on, don't gloat, we've got you on to look forward to tomorrow afternoon in the Premier League. Wolves play Leeds at Molineux. Before we talk about runners and riders, can you remind everyone how the Bet Builder works and the charity that may benefit?
Yeah, so the charity benefiting is the Attitude Foundation, raising money for LGBT causes up and down the country. The Bet Builder itself, it's like an accumulator, but for events within a game. It could be corners, goals, shots, fouls, anything that you can think of within the match, you can put it in a Bet Builder.
Right, it's a 5-leg Bet Builder. These are our picks. I've gone for a Wolves win, a team very close to my heart.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute, Wolves are more suffering from their owner than the manager. I think in a relegation 6-pointer, it's about time that if they're going to finally make it work and get a win, it's going to be in a match against the team at home to Leeds.
Okay. Next up is Benty.
I've gone for both teams to score.
Yeah, again, Leeds have been pretty solid at the back all season, but there is so much at stake in a match like this. It's hard to see it ending like 1-0, 2-0. You'd expect there's a good chance that both teams are going to get one.
Producer Joe, what's he gone for this week?
He's gone for João Gomez to get 2 or more fouls. I think it's a pretty good middle ground. He said just less than 3 per match all season, but those have been in games against tougher teams. So you think that 2 instead of 3 is a nice little middle ground.
Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. Next up, the People. What have they gone for, Matt?
The People have gone for Leeds goalkeeper to make 2+ saves. That'll be Caldalo in the absence of an injured Lucas Perry. Only undone by an own goal last week, saved every single shot that Fulham put against him. Kept 5 clean sheets in his 7 games he played for Leeds last season, so he is a decent shot stopper. He's just finally getting his chance.
Okay, the last is down to you. What are you going for?
I'm going for Wolves to have over 2.5 corners. They've had 3 per game so far this season, and those have been against much better defensive teams, the likes of Newcastle, Everton, Man City. So in a tight relegation 6-pointer, you think they're going to push for it. You think they get a good chance of getting some corners.
Okay, before I let you go, can you just confirm the odds and the value of the charity bet and the charity that may benefit, please?
Yeah, so if we're lucky enough to get a winner, it'll be benefiting the Attitude Foundation with £97.50, just short of 9-1 off a £10 bet this week. Luckily, if you don't pick Wolves, you can go for Leeds. They're the exact same price at the minute as well.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for coming on, Matt. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Take care.
That's Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum more to 5-18 plus. Be that gambleaware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
I love Matt, but he doesn't know how to end a sentence. No. You never know when he's going to finish it.
How you doing? Oh, you finished it? Okay.
And I think I'm going to go for them because they're 6 to 4. Oh, right, you finished that sentence. Okay. I thought it was just me going, no, every time it's like, oh, right, you finished that sentence.
I thought I wasn't concentrating. I thought, did I miss that?
Oh, you? Yeah, I've had a good weekend. Oh, you've had a good weekend, right? Fine, okay. Right, when we come back, no, I'm only joking. When we come back, we'll be looking at the Merseyside derby. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT tomorrow as Liverpool take on Everton.
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles," and some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Welcome back to our number 2 Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and the housewife's favourite, Darren Bent.
Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
You playing the whole movie, yeah? Still to come, we'll be hearing from the managers ahead of a massive weekend in the Premier League in Ready, Steady, Cook, and in the next 10 minutes, on Drive, someone's going to be walking away with £25,000, Darren Bent. How about that? But now, it's the first Merseyside derby of the season tomorrow, and it's a game you can hear live and exclusive on talkSPORT.
A city that lives and breathes it.
It's the best fixture in English football, and I will argue that till the cows come home with anyone.
I want to see Mr. Slot when he's under pressure. When you win him, it's lovely.
The Merseyside derby was personal.
Right footed, cleared off the line, comes back to Salah. He puts it into an empty net and Liverpool lead.
It's not only tactical, you also have to stand up to those emotions.
I've been involved in some of these Merseyside derbies and it's been incredible.
Comes through to the far post, it's whacked into the net by Tarkowski. There's a mini pitch invasion. There's an overspill of emotion.
David's long overdue a good result at Anfield, and he'll fancy his chance.
It means that Liverpool are back on top of the Premier League table.
They're showing champion form in the sense of you're winning when he's not great.
It is a feisty derby, a test of credentials where the football takes precedence above everything else. Are you ready for it?
Yes, we are. Liverpool will look to continue their 100% start to the season when they host Everton in the Merseyside derby. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. Liverpool were, of course, late winners against Atletico during the week and late goals in, well, all of their games this season. see them sit top of the Premier League on maximum points. They are up against an Everton side who sit 6th in the league with 2 wins in their last 3 games. And the Everton manager, David Moyes, he's been speaking to the media ahead of tomorrow's game, and he challenged his side to start winning more Merseyside derbies.
Well, I've told the players that we certainly want to go away from the position we've been in over the last few years. It's been difficult for the managers, it's been difficult for the club and the players, especially for over the last few years. We want to enjoy it, we want to try and play better, we want to try and win more often. We're trying desperately to challenge all the big teams, and we'll try and do that throughout the season.
They're looking good, Everton. They, of course, lost their first game of the season. That was to Leeds.
And they looked awful.
And they did look awful.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the emergence of players like Jack Grealish. I mean, oh, wow. How impressed have you been with them since that defeat?
Yeah, they've been brilliant. I mean, I did their game against Wolves away from home, and I was really... No, funny enough, sorry, I did their game against Brighton, and I've done their game against Wolves, and they really impressed me, defensively solid. But I just think with Everton, what they've lacked is real kind of cutting edge in the final third. And when you look at what they've got now, the likes of Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, Ndiaye, Beto, Barry, Tino Barry, who they've got as well. They've got match winners there. They've got people that can come on and make a difference. But of course, Jack Grealish has taken all the plaudits, and rightly so, because of how good he's been. But Dewsbury Hall, I'm telling you, he's just behind him.
Just about to say
he's
that.
Just behind him. He's been brilliant, to be fair. But because Jack with the flair and come from Manchester City, it's a bigger story, isn't it? People want to see him get back to his best. But I've been really impressed with him. Really impressed. I think David Moyes in that audio package we heard there is right. I mean, Everton have won this fixture twice since 2010.
Why is that? I mean, is it as obvious as because Liverpool much better?
Yeah, a lot better. A lot
That's
better
the
teams.
difference, is it?
But I mean, they've been on the end. They've been quite close games, but some of them have been 4-0. There's been a 5-2 in there. But 2 wins since 2010 is not good enough. Like, you got to find. I know they were brilliant in the last one at Goodison Park, the 2-2, the Tarkowski volley, bang.
Oh yeah.
But the gulf between the two clubs is huge.
Usually form, or sometimes form, goes out the window.
Not in this
derbies.
fixture, it doesn't.
It really doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's so one-sided.
Yeah.
Certainly in recent times. So I think form.
It's a little bit like Chelsea Spurs, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, that there. You're right. Form is irrelevant because it doesn't really matter what form Spurs are in and what form Chelsea are in. Chelsea win that fixture. I don't understand how, but sometimes they will find a way to win that fixture.
It is insane.
But no, it should be a good game. I mean, David Moyes has gone back to Everton and they look really good. They look solid. They look exciting. And that, again, that's not something I've associated with Everton for a while, but they look exciting. I've enjoyed watching them this season. I'm unsure a little bit about Beto because
he started off like
when Moyes first got the job.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely something there because he makes good runs. He's quite strong. He's always in and around it. But it just maybe consistency a little bit because, again, the game against Wolves where they won 3-2, he's got a really nice poacher's goal where Jack headed it into an area and he made sure he was in, just pulled off the 6-yard box and headed it down. Really good finish. But there were times where he was like a yard too slow, so someone would whip a ball in and then he'd go, rather than anticipating the ball going into an area, he'd wait and then go and it was too late. But there's definitely something there, and he's obviously confident. If he's scoring goals and he breeds more and more confidence like most players.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed watching Everton this season.
It's sometimes happened when a manager goes back to an old club. It's done for the wrong reasons, maybe sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
You could argue it was done for that reason as well. But, I mean, it's really worked so far, right? At the end of last season when he went there, and, of course, this season, they do look a different Everton to the usual one we always talk about at the beginning of the season, where is it just a case of staying up? Can they survive?
Well, that has been the case for a
long time.
Yeah, of course.
I just sort of feel, actually I do, that they've turned the corner a bit. They've got a brand new stadium, and I do think that Everton fans, it's so early in the season, but usually they go into the season thinking, okay, if we can get top half. I think they'll all be confident now Everton will get top half.
Well, they've got, you said it there, they've got off to a good start. How many times, 3-4 games in Everton, a stroke, we go again, same old Everton, not going to win a game, fighting relegation. But they've made obviously there's a long way to go, but they have made it more comfortable with having a good start because they're not chasing now. They've got a couple of good wins under their belt. Do you know what I mean? They beat Wolves, they beat Brighton, although that could have gone either way. Do you know what I mean? So there's 2 there. They got the point against Aston Villa. So they're moving along quite nicely.
Yeah.
And David Moyes deserves a lot of credit for that. I think with Moyes, listen, he's a really, really good manager, top manager. I just think football clubs get to a point, like he knows exactly what he is and what he wants his teams to look like. And I just think we're now, like if we are back in early 2000s, maybe to about 2012, 13, maybe something like that, West Ham fans don't moan about the style of play. I think while he's there, I think they probably go, well, this is where we are. He's doing a good job. But everyone at the minute is just so fascinated with, right, we need style of play. We need to look good. We need to look good. So I just think now he knows what he is. His teams know what he is. I think the Everton fans know what he is as well. So there's always pressure, but there's less pressure because as soon as you got the job, Everton fans, well, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
Hard to beat, robust, would have add some quality, which they've done with Jack Grealish and others like that. And this is what we are.
He's a good manager, David Moyes.
Very good. Very
good manager. David Moyes was, of course, the first manager of the post-Fergie era of Manchester United. Wrong time.
Wrong place.
Definitely wrong time. I don't know about wrong place, but definitely wrong time.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about wrong time, wrong place for him then.
Yeah.
Like, because, and I put Unai Emery in the exact same spot. Following Wenger, wrong time, wrong place. If he goes in 5 years, 10 years down the line.
Totally different. Let me answer. Impossible question to answer, but I'm just curious. Where would Man United be today, do you think, if they stuck with David Moyes? They still had him now.
Oh, I mean, that is an impossible question because there's not even an argument. You've had better managers than David Moyes at Man United after him, and some of them had success, but it still wasn't a stable environment. Jose won a couple of trophies there, and people wanted him out. Van Gaal won the FA Cup, was it?
Yep.
Got rid of him. Do you know what I mean? So maybe the wheels would have still fallen off. But I mean, it's such a tough question because I don't quite know where you'd be. But okay, I'll tell you what I do know. You'd be in a more stable position than you are now. And now I'm not saying you'd have been challenging for the league, but you'd be more stable than you are now.
Do you think we would have won the league in the 12 years since Fergie left?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Do you think United fans, if they could click their fingers and go back?
No.
They wouldn't?
No. I don't think so.
Why'd you say that?
I just don't think... Like when
United fans would swap Moyes for Amorim, right?
I don't know if they would because... Do you know what it is? I almost feel like when you look at David...
I find that amazing.
But would you swap him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right now you'd have David...
He's a good manager. I think if he's in charge of a team and after 45 minutes something's not working, that something might be his formation, he'll change it. Because that's what good managers do. They change things when it's not going right. And I think David Moyes has proved he's a good manager, right? Any manager that wins a European trophy at any level, hats off to them, right? If you win it at a club like West Ham, why are you saying that? You're poo-pooing the
No, I'm not poo-pooing. No chance.
Okay. You're thinking about Postecoglou?
For example.
Okay. It's a very good counter-argument, right? And I can't come back with that.
Because
all I'll say is David Moyes has proved that he's got longevity in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
Now, Ange Postecoglou came in his second season famously, of course, won it. I don't know what kind of manager he's going to be like in the Premier League. Only time will tell. But with David Moyes, we do know what kind of manager he is in the Premier League. He's been there for so long.
Well, do you know what, right? I was having a little look at his run at Manchester United, right? Because obviously it was a long time ago that he was in charge. And I'm thinking to myself, that you got rid of him relatively quickly, right?
I think it was April.
Well, it didn't last a year, did he?
No.
Season. So I thought, let me go back and have a look at results because it seemed quite... Like, back then, I remember thinking he's having an absolute stinker, right? But when I'm thinking, well, was it that bad or were we judging it because of what Fergie had done the year before?
That's a great... I don't know the answer to that. Right, I think we finished 7th that season.
Right, so I'm looking at the results, right? So...
can I just say, I haven't looked at this. Was our first game Swansea away?
Right, your first game was, right, Wigan at home.
Oh, was our first away game Swansea?
Oh, and his first game...
I think you got that wrong.
No, right. Did he play in did he manage the Community Shield?
Yeah, that was Zaha's one and only game for United.
Wigan, when you beat Wigan 2-0.
No, I was thinking that. I'm sure he played Swansea earlier.
But that was your first league game. But
what?
I think he beat Swansea away 4-1.
That's what I just said, yeah.
No, but before that, he was in charge for the...
the cup final. The Community Shield, right, okay, yeah.
But I was looking at it, right, and I was thinking, well, it must have been horrific. So this is all comps, right?
Go on.
So his last... Even if you go last 15 games, right, we'll go from... He got beat 2-0 by Everton, and that was his last game, right? The game before that, he got beat 3-1 by Bayern.
Got beat.
Right, right. So that's 2 defeats on the bounce, but it's not horrific. Before that, they beat Newcastle away 4-0. You drew with Bayern at home. You beat Villa 4-1. You lost to City 3-0 at Manchester City. You beat West Ham. You beat Olympiacos. You lost to Liverpool. No shame in that. You beat West Brom. Lost to Olympiacos away. Beat Palace. Drew with Arsenal. Drew with Fulham. Like, it's not horrific.
It's not Ruben Amorim.
No. My point exactly. It's not horrific. Like there were runs in there where he was winning 5-6 games on the bounce.
Well, under Ruben Amorim, we've never won 2 league games on the bounce.
Right. So I was going, well, hold on. Surely, really? They sacked him. 51 matches in charge. He won 26. He lost 15.
That's not.
Drew 10.
Usually at this stage, I'd say get your calls in. I don't know if our lines are. Let me ask producer Joe. Joe, are our phone lines working now? Joe says they are. He gives me the big thumbs up, which is great news for you and us. So listen, United fans, right? If you could go back in time and keep him, would you? And or would you swap him? for Ruben Amorim. I think United have been in a much better place. At the time, by the way, get him out.
See, I think everyone was.
Yeah.
But looking at that...
I got that wrong. He's obviously a very good manager. He's a very good manager. And Everton fans, where will you finish this season? And how are you feeling ahead of tomorrow's Merseyside derby? Bentley says it's all but done. You just don't beat Liverpool.
No, I'm not saying it's but done, but I'm just saying that this game there, I expect Liverpool to win, but...
Okay. Lots to talk about. That game, by the way, is live on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. 03717 223344. Get your calls in now. We'll speak to you right after this. Favourite Stevie Wonder song?
Superstition.
Do you listen to that? Do you listen to that a lot?
Not that much.
I can only listen to that on a Tuesday.
You're such an idiot. Superstition. Oh, you're such an idiot. Your jokes are...
Great tunes. We forget how great Stevie Wonder is,
But
right?
there's loads in that era that we forget. Not forget about. We just...
Go on, give me 5 we forget about.
What, in that era?
Yeah. You talking about... Was he Motown?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay, give me 5 Motown.
Number 1.
Motown, Michael Jackson, Jackson 5.
Oh, no.
Hey,
2.
No, that's...
Jackson 5 Motown, yes or no?
No, come on. You know what I'm talking about. Your whole life is Michael Jackson.
Jackson 5 were Motown.
Fine, right, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Number 2.
Give us 6 then.
Hey, Marvin Gaye.
Right, I'll give you that.
Number 3.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Number 4.
Obviously women as well. Yeah?
Well, you think I'm going to go on national radio and go, no?
Yeah, Aretha Franklin.
We won't allow...
Oh, Aretha. Jeez.
Okay.
Number 5.
Yeah, we don't forget about Aretha Franklin.
Gladys Knight and the Pips. Woo!
Yeah, but we don't forget about them.
Go on, Gladys.
Do you know why they're called the Pips, by the way? It's true.
No,
this is true.
Everyone who's listening, listen to this nonsense that he's about to come
This is 100% true. You're looking at autobiography.
Go on.
Right? Because when she was on the phone to the record label and she said, I'm not my own, I've got my back in, they went, what are they called? She didn't have a name. And then the Pips went on the phone.
Oh, no.
And they went,
Andy.
No. And they went, we can't hear because the Pips. And she went, that's what I said, the Pips.
Oh, no, Andy. It's just...
I'm telling you, look out.
Yeah, Gladys.
That's what it's called. Still to come, we'll be hearing what Enzo Maresca had to say about Chelsea's treatment of Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi. Just quickly, Wolves striker Jorgen Strand-Larsen has agreed a new deal at the club to 2030. Blimey. Al Nassr, they're interested in signing Casemiro on a freebie when his Man United contract expires next summer. Now, ping back your luggles, because all this month, you, the wonderful talkSPORT listeners, have been entering our Oasis competition to win tickets to see them at Wembley and, of course, the chance to win a whopping £25,000. Well, Lewis and Adam were the lucky winners who actually secured the tickets to Wembley. But which one of them won the £25,000? Well, the pair went head-to-head earlier today playing an old-school game of Taboo in a game show hosted by the amazing Andy Goldstein. That's me. With help from some of our chosen celebrities. Bless you. Sorry. It's Lewis from Uxbridge up first with the help of Virgin Radio's Emma B. Emma, your 15 seconds starts now.
Lewis, we are looking in front of us, not looking in front of us, we're looking behind us, and I'm really angry.
Oh! No. Looking back in anger.
It's the right answer, but the fact that angry is in the title means that Emma is not top of your Christmas card list, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Go and sit back down, Emma B. Don't clap, Emma B. Useless. Let's go back to Adam. Sadly, you can't pick Emma B again. Who would you like to pick?
Can I pick Ian Collins, please?
Good luck, Adam. Good luck to both of you. Your 15 seconds starts now.
Exist for an eternity.
Live forever.
It's the right answer. Well done. Right, on now to round 2. Lewis, time for your second celebrity.
I am going to go with Angelina.
Good luck, Angelina.
We're going to do this. I'm confident.
Good luck to both of you. Your 15 seconds starts now.
So it's to go somewhere immediately. You're going somewhere, and it's immediate.
I'd go let it out. I don't know. Roll with it.
It's not go let it out or roll with it. It's a great clue, to be fair, Angelina. What song was it?
Yeah.
Be Here Now.
Okay.
Right, next up, it's back to Adam, of course. Adam, if you get this one right, you've won the £25,000. Who would you like to play with in this round?
Shaban.
A round of applause for Shaban.
Do my best for you, buddy.
We've got this.
Your 15 seconds starts now.
Adam, when something is amazing and we get together, we celebrate. We might have this when we're celebrating for a bit of a toast.
Champagne Supernova.
It's the right answer! 25 grand is coming your way. Oh my Lord! Wow! 25 grand. Congratulations. How about that? Congratulations to Adam from Boston Spa, who wins our £25,000 prize. That's quite unbelievable, as well, of course, as those tickets to see Oasis. Brilliant stuff. Round of applause. 25 grand coming his way. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. Life-changing money. Well done to you, Adam. Keep listening to TalkSport for details of our next competition. Good work to he. Right, let's take your call, shall we, on all things David Moyes, 03717 223344. Darren is a West Ham fan. Hi, Darren.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you today? You well?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
What would you do if you had won 25 grand? What would you do?
What would I have done if I want to... go on holiday.
Yeah.
Quit my job.
Quit your job? What'd you do?
Well, I do a bit of advertising.
You don't like it?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Hard work at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you've got a job. That's the main thing. Right. What would you like to say about David Moyes?
So I'm obviously not a Man United fan, not an Everton fan, but I'm a West Ham fan. Seen Moyes, went to a lot of the football, watched it over the time, and I've got all the respect in the world for him. Love what he did for us, and he is. And you're right, he's a good, proven manager. But I think any West Ham fans will tell you, Everton fans will also say this, and Man United fans will say that he is a limited manager, and he is not gonna win you Champions Leagues. He's not going to win you Premier Leagues over any time.
Yeah, but my only thing with that statement, right, is there's very few managers that are.
And also, the clubs he's been at, apart from Man United, he's not going to win the Premier League or the Champions League at Everton. He's not going to win it at West Ham.
Yeah. I know they're not going to do that based on their resources, but he was never going to win the Premier League or the Champions League with Man United. He's a limited manager, and you can see it in the way it is. And I think the point was made of he makes changes. He didn't do that at West Ham. We were 1-0 down sometimes, and he didn't make a change until the 80th minute.
Okay.
Like he has his limitations, and I just don't think he can do that, because he got backed at West Ham, and we brought in better players, more creative players, and he didn't know what to do with them. That's when we started to stagnate, and that's when we couldn't push into that next extra level. He got us to challenging to be in Europa places, but he couldn't hold on to that performance.
All right.
Throughout.
Let me ask you this: would you have him back now?
At West Ham, I'd have a manager back like that. Yeah, yes, I would, but I'm glad West Ham were in a stick or twist situation, and we were stagnating over Moyes. We went with a twist; it's not worked out.
All right.
So we need to bring back that stability. But I still back what we did. It's just a shame it's not worked out in the way it did.
Okay. Do you think? Thanks for your call. Do you think it's a case of be careful what you wish for?
In some respects, yeah. But I mean, when people talk about he's limited. I mean, I don't think he's limited. But you said there he was never going to win the league with some of the teams that he was at. Maybe Man United, but
if he's given time, he had to rebuild that squad.
Exactly right. But there's only very few managers that do win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. It's hard.
Still to come, we'll bring you the best of TalkSport. But first, it's time for No Googling Part 2. A reminder, Part 3, 6:30. I write them now. 6:30 is unbelievable. Let's see what this one's like. We want to know who has made the most appearances in a Merseyside derby. That's it. I mean, it's quite simple. Who has made the most appearances in a Merseyside derby? Any idea? Because I'll give you a silly clue if you want.
Goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper, innit? He's a goalkeeper, innit?
Answer to that and more. Coming up right after this.
Marcus Rashford is confident we'll see the best of him on loan at Barcelona.
If that happens, I will be the first one on air, on radio, on newspaper, on Instagram if I have to say I was wrong. And I'm happy to do that. Only if he keeps performing like he did today.
talkSPORT's Troy Deeney reckons Rashford's already on the plane to the World Cup. He scored twice in the 2-1 win over Newcastle. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola says the Foden-Haaland link-up is key to Man City's revival. And after another terrific performance, Foden can be the Premier League's best again.
We are so happy because I know that this match he's happy and his joy and his life is fine. The rest, his nature, his incredible talent comes alone.
Erling Haaland doesn't blink, though. He's now the fastest player to reach 50 Champions League goals. Heading home, a lovely loop-through ball from Phil Foden in the win over 10-man Napoli. Elsewhere, Man United are into the Women's Champions League proper for the first time, thanks to Elizabeth Turland's hat-trick over Brann. Rugby League's Hull KR are going for a hat-trick of trophies after securing their first League Leaders' Shield. And maybe the best LA Dodger ever, pitcher Clayton Kershaw's announced he's retiring at the end of this MLB season. There's more on this at talksport.com.
Who sings this, Benny?
No idea.
I never want to.
No, I know it is. I know it is.
I never knew to.
Depeche Mode.
No, wrong. Ultravox.
No, it's not.
Right, who's it? Thank you, Ultravox.
No, it's not. It's Depeche Mode.
What are you talking about? Before the break, I asked the question: who's made the most appearances in a Merseyside derby?
Neville.
Neville. How many?
64.
You're such a cheat, mate.
It's miles off, go on.
He's miles off, yeah. I'll tell you what, see if you can tell if I'm a good liar. Right? I'm going to give you two numbers. One's real, one's fake. All right? Am I a good liar?
Yeah.
I'll look at you. Ready? 51 or 41?
41.
Yeah, I'm a bad liar, aren't I? Still to come, we'll be having some fun with the best of talkSPORT. But now it's time for this.
By the way, do you two like haddock? Dinner, either swordfish and salad or steak and calamari.
I actually had ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
I did have a burger today. You do tend to let it slip on a Sunday.
Cooking with us today is Alex.
I'm not saying Ben has heard that jingle too many times, but you literally mouthed the whole intro. Time for Ready, Steady, Cook. This is when talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Cook, looks ahead to some of the biggest games in Premier League history this weekend. Let's speak to him now. Can we see him? Cookie, good afternoon.
He'll be about, won't he?
Good afternoon. How's the hair dye going, Andy? All right?
Hair dye? I love it, Cookie.
Cookie, honestly, mate, how's the copy and paste going, all right? You will be hearing from my solicitors and lawyers. Both of them will be on your case.
Is that what it is, hair dye, really?
No, on my kid's life, it's not, all right? Just watch it, Cookie.
Cookie, I love that.
You know, honestly, I thought I was mates with Cookie. Text me all the time saying, can I have some of your paste? You're the best. I'm like, Cookie, calm down.
Man said, come on in with hair dye.
Do you know what? We joke about you using that room as a playroom to avoid paying tax on it. I hope the tax man grabs you this weekend and gets you. All right? How you been, Cookie? You good? You well?
I'm good. I'm good. Looking forward to another busy weekend. About Arsenal Sunday, did I hear you say you're going to be there, Benty, as well?
I will be there indeed. Yeah, I'm going there. Seats.
Confident?
I am confident, I'm really confident. I am confident, but part of me can't help but think about Manchester City being the Manchester City that we know from before last season, which makes me nervous.
And the fact that Mikel Arteta always bottles the big games, of course, as well.
Man United getting on, mate. You all right? You all good?
Well, okay. Can we stop throwing mud at each other? Shall we start with that game? Because that was going to be the last one I spoke about. We can start with that one. Crookie, who have you been chatting to ahead of this huge game, Sunday, 4:30, as Arsenal take on Man City?
I have been speaking to Manchester City midfielder Phil Foden, who of course scored in the Manchester derby last weekend, and I asked him about his return to form.
Obviously, I want to be back in and around the national team. I've still got a lot to prove there. So yeah, I just have to do my talking on the pitch, like I said before. I just want to keep putting performances in, and yeah, hopefully I can get back in the squad.
He's had a good week, Phil Foden. Got that goal against United in the derby. Got a brilliant assist for Erling Haaland in the Champions League last night. How under threat do we think his place in the England squad is next summer?
Well, massive, Crookie. And do you know what? Let me quickly, as a side question, ask you, because me and Andy answered it earlier, and you have to think on your feet. But we said
that'd be tough for a start.
Start, bench, sell, Bellingham, Palmer, Foden.
You need to talk, as this is radio, Crookie. He's not even talking.
Well, yeah, it's a tough question.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not that difficult to speak, though, is it? Obviously,
do you know what, that delay's come again? Honestly, it's only when I speak to you boys.
No, I just think it's in your brain, Crookie. There is a delay on this. Yeah, it's quite annoying. Go on.
Yeah, there is. Who are the options? Bellingham, Foden,
goodness.
and Palmer.
Seriously.
Honestly. No wonder talkSPORT thinking of giving Neil your job. No, there's just a big delay now. I don't know what's happening. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll move on, shall we? I don't know if we can sort Cookie's eye net. Can we do that? We'll try that. Let's move on to West Ham. They take on Crystal Palace. It's tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Reports today suggest that West Ham have held talks with Nuno Espirito Santo following their start to the season, which has seen them lose 3 of their 4 games. Crookie, imagine we're in America. Crookie, back in England, what have you got for us ahead of this game?
Well, West Ham boss Graham Potter has been speaking to the media ahead of this London derby, and he was asked if he's starting to feel the pressure.
At every football club, if you don't win as much as you'd like, there's always noise, there's always pressure, there's always criticism, and that's fair. That's the world we're in. Everybody wants West Ham to do well. You know, the fans do, the players do, me and my staff do, the board do. We're all on the same page in terms of how much we love the club and how much we want the club to do well. And we're all hurting the same. So we have to try to, and we will stick together.
There you go, Graham Potter looking ahead to Palace against West Ham. This feels like a huge game for Graham Potter. They've lost a couple of London derbies already. His win percentage is second worst in West Ham's Premier League history. Only Avram Grant has a lower win percentage, and we've been reporting this week not only is Slaven Bilic a potential contender to go back there, but that they've spoken to Nuno Espirito Santo as well. So I think this game at home to Palace and the trip to Everton live on talkSPORT a week on Monday, 2 massive ones for Graham Potter.
Crookie, why do you think it's not worked for him? Because I remember one of his very first games for West Ham, they played Aston Villa away, and I thought they looked really impressive second half. They had obviously the big win a couple of weeks ago against Forest, but I'm not quite sure what Forest that was. Like, it was kind of in transition. But what do you think's gone wrong for him?
I think it's a really interesting question. I think West Ham is a difficult job because obviously they spent a lot of money under Julian Lopetegui. Those signings haven't really worked out. The relationship between the West Ham fans and the owners there is always delicate, and obviously there's a big protest planned this weekend. I don't know if Graham Potter has the type of personality that West Ham fans are really going to buy into, and that with a combination of not getting results, I think is quite a toxic mix.
When Crookie, usually it's the beginning of the end when we start hearing reports that a club have held talks with another manager whilst they've still got a manager at the club. Do you think it's just a question of when, not if?
It feels like it, but all I would say about that is that David Sullivan, historically, is someone who does give his managers time and patience. He doesn't necessarily like to spend money on sacking managers and paying out the compensation. So if he did get a positive result here in this game and maybe against Everton, I think it would be a stay of execution for Graham Potter. But you're right, once a club starts sounding out replacements, the writing does appear to be on the wall.
Yeah, OK. Just a quick word. We should talk about Palace. A win and 3 draws so far for them. Will they see this as a real good opportunity to kick on a bit from here?
Yeah, they're unbeaten in 16 games in all competitions, which I think is an incredible record. Obviously won the FA Cup last season. Made hard work of it against Millwall in midweek, bearing in mind Palace named a strong team and Millwall made a lot of changes. But do you know what? I was earwigging a conversation between a couple of Palace players in the tunnel at Wembley after the Community Shield, and one of them was actually in conversation with Wataru Endo at Liverpool, and he said, "You know what? We're just a difficult team to beat," and I think that sums it up. They are a horrible team to play against, and that's why it's not ideal for Graham Potter this weekend.
Eavesdropping, that's what it's called. You're doing
Being
that?
a journalist, I'll call it.
Okay, yeah, same thing. Before we move on, what the score beats tomorrow at 3 o'clock, West Ham against Palace. Crookie?
I've gone 2-0 to Palace.
I've gone. You know what, Crookie? I've gone 2-1.
But you both think away wins?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on now to, what a fascinating game this could be tomorrow evening between Man United and Chelsea. Kicks off at half 5. Crookie, what you got for us?
Well, there's been a lot of talk this week about Raheem Sterling after that Instagram post of him at an empty training ground at 8 o'clock at night. The PFA have intervened, we understand, regarding the treatment of Sterling and Axel Disasi and what facilities may or may not be on offer to them. And Enzo Maresca was asked about that in his press conference today.
My father is 75 years old, and for 50 years he has been fisherman, working for 2 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. This is hard in life, not a player the way they work.
That's Enzo Maresca talking about the PFA getting involved in the situation with Disasi and Sterling. I get why he said it. I think probably he could have just said it was an internal matter and the club are dealing with it. By all accounts, the PFA are satisfied that Sterling and Disasi are being offered the proper training ground facilities. But realistically, if you're Raheem Sterling, it's a bit different, isn't it, when he's talking about his 75-year-old dad and a footballer who is owed a lot of money from Chelsea. He's not going to walk away from the remaining months and years of his contract, is he?
No,
he's not. I don't get why Enzo Maresca said that. I understand that his father's worked, and he's basically alluding to the fact that his father worked really, really hard. And how can we say what's happening to Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi being hard when they're being paid well and they're at Chelsea's training ground, which is one of the best? But still, I still blame the manager for putting him in that position. Like this could have been sorted a long time ago. If you don't want him at the club, he's got a lot of money. Just send him out on loan again. Allow him to go elsewhere and play football. But the fact that you've still got him there, now you can't then argue the fact when you've made that decision.
Also, Crookie, excuse me. Also, and I don't want to open up a gigantic can of worms here, but I can't think of any other industry or any other scenario where someone at a place of work isn't allowed to leave. I.e., I'm guessing he can just walk away from the contract.
Yeah, but why should he?
But why should he? But he can't go to another club. He can't play football. He's been told he cannot play first team football, and he's not allowed to leave. I just that doesn't sit right with me. The fact he's on 350 grand a week or whatever. I mean, that sort of kills every argument you have.
Softens the blow.
But something's not quite right there. That he's now stuck, albeit on 350 grand a week. But fact remains, he can't work anywhere else. I'm just that doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, well, football's bizarre in a lot of ways. I mean, we're talking about Graham Potter being under pressure. If he gets fired, it's because he's not performing, but he's going to go with a lucrative payoff. Yeah. What other industry rewards you for failure, effectively? So we could probably have this debate for the rest of the show, but I understand where you're coming from. There will be people who accuse Raheem Sterling of just sitting on his money. I think it goes deeper than that. You know, his argument would be that since Maresca came in, he's been professional, he's kept himself fit and available. And actually, it was 2 days before the first ball of the season was kicked last season that Chelsea decided they didn't want him anymore. So I know privately Raheem Sterling feels pretty hurt by his treatment.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the manager. A new manager comes in, doesn't give a player a chance. I haven't got a problem with that. He obviously doesn't fancy him as a player. That's normal.
Well, last year at Arsenal, I mean, he was awful.
No good, yeah.
Dreadful. He didn't really do himself justice. Yeah. But like, what I think about Raheem Sterling is that I still think the desire's there. I've never heard one. I know so many people that know him. I've never once heard he's a bad character.
Yeah.
That he doesn't work hard. He's supposed to be the model professional. So I know he's probably hurting. The fact, even though he's earning that kind of money, he's still hurting because he wants to go and play football.
Crookie, that game tomorrow is absolutely huge. Tomorrow, 5:30, Man United against Chelsea. What do you think the score will be?
Yeah. If you'd have asked me last Sunday at the end of the derby, I'd have probably said 5-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Cunha's back. Mason Mount is back. I don't think United fans will get too excited about that. Chelsea have got a dreadful record at Old Trafford, and this is the most drawn fixture in Premier League history. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay. Garnacho, maybe one of them. Benny, how do you see it?
3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Palmer, brace.
2-1 Man United.
Yeah.
Back your team. Just quickly before I let you go, you didn't give me a prediction on Sunday, R4 Arsenal Man City. What do you think?
Here we go.
Oh, Crookie. It must be this game. When I talk about this game, he has a delay. Crookie, I'm not going to ask you about Man City, Arsenal. I am, right? I am, but I'm going to package it up as something else. There's another game on Sunday, R4. I can't remember the teams, but what do you think the score will be in that game?
I think Arsenal will win 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Quickly. Start, bench, sell. Bellingham, Foden, Palmer.
Nothing. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's when Crookie doesn't talk.
Yeah.
When the microphone got... Crookie, can you hear us?
I do like a big tasty.
I thought you did, okay.
I don't know what's going on, honestly. I use this all week on every other programme. The last 2 occasions I've been with you, it's absolutely lost the plot.
Yeah, maybe invest. My advice to you. Crookie, thanks for coming on.
Cheers, Crooks.
I was going to ask you about your weekend plans, barbecue with the family. You don't really get on with, but there's no time. Thanks for coming on, Crookie. We'll speak to you in a bit.
By the way, do you two like haddock?
Love it, Cookie. Got to let you go, though. Still to come on Drive, we'll find out why Alan Brazil is not a happy bunny.
How are you getting on with your Alexa?
I've stopped talking to her.
We'll also find out why Jamie was calling for help on the sports bar last night.
Phone Daddy O'Hara, mate.
What did he say for a second?
Phone Daddy O'Hara, mate.
Phone Daddy O'Hara, mate.
Oh, fine, okay. We'll also continue building up to a massive weekend of Premier League action.
This is talkSPORT, and it's about to heat up again.
All that and loads more coming up at the last hour drive on talkSPORT with the man who goes in Darren Bent. When we come back, the best bits of talkSPORT ever.
In the history of Everness.
Danny Murphy.
Listen to Driver TalkSport, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Still to come, we're going to be joined by snooker legend Jimmy White.
What?
But thanks to Arnold Clark Charge, we've got some electrifying cash prizes up for grabs on TalkSport in our EV Lover competition. Along with the fully charged amounts of cash to give away, we've also got 3 places up for grabs to take part in our grand final in Glasgow next month, where one lucky winner will get their hands on a fantastic new MGS5 electric car. So get involved. Simply enter talksport.com/win and get your entry in now. That's all thanks to our friends at Arnold Clark Charge. Ultra rapid EV charging at an ultra low price. Find out more at arnoldclark.com. Right, time now for this. Here's some of the best of TalkSport and Friends, where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across TalkSport and our sister stations. Let's kick things off with the breakfast show from this morning. Alan Brazil and Ray Parler. And Big Al is struggling with technology.
How are you getting on with your Alexa?
Me? I've stopped talking to her.
He's fell out with her.
She's
He's on to Jill again now, all right.
Yeah. She's fell out with him too.
She said to me the other day, stop repeating yourself. Well, listen to me then, you dudgeon.
Jesus, Val. What's your least favourite bit of technology?
What bits of technology do I not like?
Have you got an Alexa or Hey Google?
I've got an Alexa. She's fine.
Use it?
Yeah. Yeah, just shout in the living room, mate. Alexa.
I've got Google. Like Hey Google turns my lights on in my kitchen.
That's pretty cool.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. But I think technology at the minute in my household is decent.
Do you use, what's his name? What's the AI thing? What's that called?
ChatGPT.
Yeah, do you use that?
A little bit here and there.
Okay. And what piece of tech would you recommend to Big Al?
A piece of tech would be... Oh, it's hard, isn't it?
About a running machine.
Honestly, what's wrong?
Get fit.
What's wrong with you?
No, I'm serious. You've got to get fit in this day and age. See, he'll see that as an insult.
Yeah.
But I'm looking out for his health.
If you said that to me, I'd take it as an insult.
Well, listen, all got to be healthy nowadays. We all jest and joke. You've got to stay healthy. Stay young, fit. All right? Mm-hmm. Apparently he's got parallel bars in his house. Don't know how true that is. He can buy a drink at both of them at the same time.
Honestly, yeah. Why are you coming in for smoke?
He's been smoking me out. Remember that the wonderful Shabana Ahern and Tony Cascarino. What? What you say?
Weird, but go on.
What? What's weird?
Guy, listen, we've got a couple of minutes. They're going to
like your tongue. They're going to bring you the weekend breakfast show tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Right, let's
finish.
Let's stick with the breakfast show from earlier in the week now. And Jeff Stelling and Ray Parler were joined by former Take Me Out host Paddy McGuinness.
When I used to do the show, I'd rehearse with the lads during the day, and you get some really confident lads on there, really good looking lads. But as soon as they came out that lift and all the girls were there and the lights were on, they crumbled. So I kind of I had to put my arm around the shoulder and whatever.
How many of the 30 girls on Take Me Out do you think would have kept their lights on?
All of them. All of them.
Do you reckon, yeah?
Oh, look at me. Look amazing.
Not fair enough.
You don't think so?
Don't forget, Jeff Stelling returns to the breakfast show alongside Ali McCoy's Monday morning.
Excuse me, I've been having a curry. And let's finish with a clip from last night's Sports Bar, Hara and Cundy. Jamie needed some help guessing the name of this bird.
This one doesn't. It's too big to fly, and it ain't an ostrich. It's a smaller version of an ostrich, but he looks like an ostrich. Phone Daddy O'Hara, mate.
Johnny. All right, Dad. All right.
All right, Paul.
All right. Need your help. It's like an ostrich but smaller. What is it?
An emu. That's straight away.
What's the best bird?
Eagle.
Who would be in your phone a friend if you're a millionaire?
Simon Jordan.
Oh, that's a good answer, yeah. Make sure you check out 21 Minutes to Go. It's a great podcast, me and Jason Cundy. Check it out. A new one comes out every single Monday. And, of course, you can find all of our shows on the TalkSport app where you can swipe between TalkSport, TalkSport 2, and all of our other sister stations so you never, ever miss a moment.
Ramp bed.
Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were 2 local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves 2 club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Welcome back to what is now commonly known as Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. And every Friday, myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports throughout what promises to be another pulsating season. Because football is back, and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches broadcast live, from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. Still to come, we'll be joined by a former Everton and Liverpool midfielder, Farah Williams. But first, we're delighted to be joined in the studio by a former England prop and TNT Sports pundit, David Flatman. David, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, I'm very well. Thank you so much for coming. You've got one earpiece in.
Yeah, I realised you were sort of going live, and I realised I hadn't got the other one in.
If you want.
Well, I've got those, but I've got I've got one ear that's normal, and I've got a collie on this side. So
okay,
it's like, let me just take a bit of funny time to plug in there.
Let me just quickly. Oh, Ryan, well done. You faded it out. Well done, Ryan. Thank you. You can do that, or you can put the headphones on. It's whatever's
right. I always have one in.
Okay.
But that's because my jack doesn't work.
Oh, right, there's no surprise.
Jack still doesn't work.
How are you, Dave? Dave, what do I call you? Do I call you Flat? What was your nickname? Flatty?
Flats. Flats is. It's even what my wife calls me.
Okay.
D Flats, I'm going to call you.
It's an abbreviation of my surname, but
I could have worked that out.
But I like to tell people it's come incredibly successful property developer. It's not true. It's actually not.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
It works for me.
But surely everyone knows who you are, right? So it's a lie straight away.
I had to the surname. I told us my nickname was. No, not really. I live in Bath, and I played for rugby for Bath for a long time. So you get sort of noticed around there because there's not a huge amount else going on down there, to be honest.
Right. I've been there. It's a lovely part of the world.
Great place, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
D-flats,
it's very nice.
I'm going to call them. D-flats.
I've got lots to talk to you about. Let me just say that my knowledge and Bentley's knowledge of rugby isn't that great.
Yeah.
Right, and be nice. It's probably like your knowledge of football.
Excuse me?
So it'll be interesting. Because you told me about
Also,
it.
why are you putting me in the same camp as you with the rugby? How do you know that?
Okay, we'll test your rugby. You can lead the conversation then.
No, let Flats lead it and I'll jump on the back of him.
What I was going to say to you was, Management Max, who works here, right?
Yeah.
When we were talking, when you were coming on the show, he described you as, and I said to him, can I mention this? And he went, yeah, it's a compliment. And I went, I don't know if it is a compliment. He said you're rugby's answer to Jason Cundy. Now, I don't know if that's a compliment or... That's what he said. He said it's a very funny man.
Is Jason Cundy in the building? No, I don't think he is. So I'm going to take... I'm not sure if I take that as a compliment or not.
He's a very funny man, very successful in sport. And
could be.
He reminds you of Jason Cundy.
No, I do. That's yeah. Let's just say it's a compliment. Let's go with that because we're on air. I do actually love football, and there's but I think I'm a proper football fan's worst nightmare in that I really like the game. I'm very much immersed in rugby. I played it, I commentate on it, and all that stuff now. But I the reason proper football fans wouldn't rate me is because I don't really have a team. I'm a bit Arsenal. I'm a bit Palace.
Oh, you've lost
I grew
me.
up in the
Yeah,
South
you see, you've lost me already.
Lost you, but it's because
I don't mind about things like that.
But it's more like
no, I don't. Life's too short.
Yeah.
If someone wants to support Tuesday, I don't care. Mate.
It's more like Righty and Brighty. I grew up on Righty and Brighty, a bit of Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, of course, Mark Overmars, Stuart Pearce. I sort of had players that I loved, so I love the game. I really like the game, but I'm more invested in rugby, of course I am, but I'm sort of a casual football fan. And I know for the ardent, the casuals in the stands, they might not like that.
So what about your feelings then if there's a fan out there on the rugby side of things that supports two teams? Are you like, absolutely not?
Great question.
No, mate, absolutely fine. And weirdly, I'm the same in rugby. In my sport, I played for Saracens for 5 years. I played for Bath for 10 years. And I love both those clubs. I love sort of the other clubs too.
Oh, okay.
It's weird, like, if one of those two teams is playing, if I had to, decide who I wanted to win, it'd be one of those two.
Which one?
I'm not sitting on a fence here. I genuinely don't have a which one. I've got great friends at both and lovely memories at both. Nice. And it's like, do you know what, lads? It's like I played in the front row, so you played that aggressively for that long and it's that competitive for that long. It is really nice to drop the whole tribal aggressive bit. I get it, and we need it in sport, but I don't really feel that. I live in Bath. I love Bath. I'm a Bath fan, really, I suppose, but it doesn't affect my judgment or anything. I'm not as ardent.
You were telling me, I didn't know this, you were telling me you go and watch Bath regularly.
I go and watch Bath City play football.
And at half-time, I don't know if Benny knows this, half-time, they change ends, but the they isn't the players, it's the supporters.
Yeah, all the fans swap ends at half-time at Bath City
Benny?
down at Twerton Park.
I didn't know that.
How does that work?
It's really weird because, you can imagine it's not always a sellout at Bath City, at Twerton Park, but it is at half-time, everyone just casually walks past each other. It is like you're at Bank Tube Station or something, and people are going, it is really, really strange, and the first time it happens, you can't believe it, and you're sort of giggling, walking past people, like, oh, we're really doing it, and you realise it's not a novelty to them, this is just what they do.
Wow.
And all the
so you're always behind the goal your team are attacking?
You're always, I guess so, yeah. I guess that's it. But it's great. It's a good night. It's about £5 to get in. It's pint and warm cider if you want it.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't really matter. My girls get to stand there and listen to grown men swearing at footballers and linesmen, and they love it because they're not really allowed to swear at home, but you're very passionate local Bath fans.
How old are you girls?
They are 15 and 13.
Okay.
And they love it down there. It's the event. They don't know what league they're in.
Of course,
It's the event, but they love it.
That's nice.
Nick a bit of dad's cider, it's all right.
15 to 13, you say?
Yeah, 0-0.
Okay, good answer. Well, come back. Right, we'll talk football a bit later on, but because we've got you here, we're going to start with rugby, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say a lot of words that don't really mean too much, but I'll pretend they do. But then
over to you, mate.
You can fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
if you want to read it. This would be
No, obviously last week the Rugby Cup.
That'd be great.
Newcastle against Harlequins.
It doesn't say that there.
Great result, wasn't it, for Newcastle?
It was, and do you know why it was a great result, lads? Is because, as we all know, like, bad news just travels faster than good news, and people love to say things like rugby in this country, Prem's on its knees, and it's just like, do you know what? There are some bits that need sorting out, just like in the Premier League. they could probably do with a bit more sustainability financially in certain clubs. There's a lot of debt knocking around and all that sort of stuff, and swapping ownerships and managerships and all that. There are things that, could be more optimal and all that. But actually, what you've got is a club in Newcastle who have basically pretty much always been at the bottom of the Prem or close to it. And you get to the point where you're like, it would be great if someone came in and actually not just gave them a lot of money, but actually provided a bit of vision. Because as you know as well as I do, they love sport in the North East. It's a big thing. And they've got this perennially underperforming team. And Red Bull have come in and bought Newcastle. Wow. So Red Bull, who know their onions, they know where they're putting their money. They've come in and they are now the Newcastle Red Bulls. And they had their first game, which is not in the Prem, it's in the Prem Rugby Cup, which is almost like it almost acts as like your pre-season games now. It's quite cool. Get some of the younger lads playing and gradually bleed in the first team boys before they start the Prem next week.
Can I ask, how did the fans feel about that? Because when Red Bull got involved with some football clubs, I can't remember if it was Leipzig or Salzburg. But
in Germany they didn't like it.
They hated it.
Yeah, funny. Well, maybe those football clubs weren't in the same position that Newcastle were in. So they were basically right, the club is for sale, our best players are leaving, bigger clubs with more money are taking our best players and we can't stop them. They were I think without being too harsh about it, they were going nowhere, mate, in Prem terms, absolutely nowhere. So what everyone thought would happen is that hopefully, fingers crossed, some Geordie who's made a load of cash says, well, I'll save the place, I'll go and give them 20 or 30 million and we'll start from there. And it probably wouldn't have changed that much, to be honest. It would have been sort of the same, but Red Bull have come in and said, whammo, we're doing this, but we're not trying to take over the world in the next 12 months. We're going to do this properly. We're here for the long term. So for our league, for the Prem, that's actually massive.
In football, as you know, and funnily enough, in the North East, Newcastle, they've got the wealthiest owners in sport, but they can't really do anything with it because of the restrictions financially. Is it the same in rugby, or can these guys at Red Bull spend what they want on the rugby team?
No, they can spend whatever they want on the club, but they can't spend more than they're allowed to on players' wages. Right, so there is a salary cap. So, and there are people, generally the people who own or support the biggest clubs with the most money, say we shouldn't have that. It's a restriction of trade. There are, clubs.
There's ways round it, surely.
No,
this is your salary, but we're going to give you that island.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can do that, but you'll get done now. There's a really good chance you get done. And as soon as a team win loads, everyone says they're cheating. And okay, it's like 100 metres final at the Olympics. Do you know what I mean? Well, he's cheating, or the Tour de France, he's cheating. You don't know. You might think they might be, but you don't know. And actually now there are since Saracens got done a few years ago, there's way more stringent. So a mate of mine is sort of senior management at one of the Premiership teams, one of the Prem teams, and they lost a big player to another top Prem team who've already got a lot of good players. And all anyone says is, how have they afforded that? They've got everyone. And I'm having a bit of dinner with him, and he says, mate, as soon as it was announced, you've got an independent salary cap manager on the phone to us saying we want every single communication with this player, with his agent, with the other club. The other club supplies the same. And they're like, we have looked at it and this is completely legit. They've structured a contract in a way that it's legit.
If they got rid of the salary cap,
do
you think that's good or bad for rugby?
No, I think it's bad. And if I was a player, I'd hate...
If they got rid of it...
They got rid of it. If I was a player, I'd hate, a fat old ex-pro telling me to, they should still cap my salary. I understand that. But you will have a situation where maybe 3-4 at a push, probably 3 clubs are so much better than the other, at the moment 7. Eventually, I think the Prem might grow back to 12 teams that actually you'll have no league, mate. And it's like, there's always going to be teams that have got a bit more cash and are a bit better. And now and again, someone lower will beat them and it'll be a big occasion. But if you've got 6 or 7 teams who definitely cannot compete over the course of a year,
isn't that
boring?
What in football, in the Premier League?
Yeah. But football's different. Football's tribal. Football's the biggest news there is, right? So it almost doesn't matter what game's on telly. It almost doesn't matter where you are in the league. Not everyone's selling out every week, but the audiences are so much bigger that actually football can survive most stuff. Rugby, a bit like cricket, needs to be a bit more inventive, needs to reinvent itself a little bit, and it needs to be careful that it doesn't create these gaps because people, where there's no jeopardy, people lose interest. And there are so many football fans that actually it's not all about jeopardy for football fans. It is just pure support. It's different.
Okay.
The numbers are different.
Let's carry that chat on later. I find that fascinating. Just quickly coming back to where we're at the moment, because Bath against Exeter, that's live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Just a quick word about that one. How do you see it going?
I'm pretty annoyed because I live 2 minutes in the ground and I'm not doing it, so I've got to watch it on telly. But That'll be great. It'll be great. Bath are the national champions. You know, Bath are Prem champions. Exeter, fallen from grace. They won everything. They won the Prem. They won Europe, and they really struggled the last couple of years. So it's a weird one because everyone expects Bath to win that. Everyone expects they're the gun team. They've got the biggest squad, the best players, and all that stuff. There is a part of me as a sports fan that really wants Exeter to start this season with a bang. It doesn't mean I necessarily want them to beat my old club, but it does mean I would love it if they win 5 out of their first 6 or 7 games and prove a few people wrong. Way better story.
Okay, and just finally as well, tonight's game, you've got Gloucester against Bristol, right? And that means the return, is it Louis Rees-Zammit?
Louis Rees-Zammit, yeah.
Now, he played NFL.
Yeah.
Right. Did he leave to play it because of the money, because of the salary cap? He wanted to, he did.
I don't know. It will have been the money. It will have been money, something to do with it. It's not only the money. I think it's probably because he went over there, and I'm not completely on top of my jargon when it comes to the NFL, but he made practice squads and didn't actually play an official NFL game, I don't think. But the money's still decent. It's really I think it was the challenge, something new, and also let's just be honest about it, lads. It's probably the promise of what the contract will look like if you make the first team. Basically, you make the starting roster, which I don't think he did in the end, but he had a really good crack at it, and he is mustard, lads. He is absolutely mustard.
Okay,
yeah.
You've been mustard so far. We've got you for the whole hour, which is going to be great. We'll have more from our guests. I was going to say David Flatman, Flats, Bent and myself, Andy Goldstein. You are listening and watching TNT Sports Friday Night Live on talkSPORT. You listen to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member, Darren Bent, former England prop and TNT Sports pundit, the brilliant David Flatman. I should say that Joe Marler's listening. Good evening, Joe. He's just sent me a text. I'll read it out to you. Says, "Hey, lads, loving the show, loving the rugby chat. You boys know your stuff. Keep up the good work." How nice is that?
That is
It's lovely. That,
How nice is that from Joe?
Hey,
Thanks,
Benny,
Joe.
we heard Joe's actual message.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. That's not
Joe,
what he said.
Joe, just calm yourself, all right?
Yeah.
Still to come, we'll be joined by a former Liverpool and Everton midfielder and TNT Sports pundit, Farah Williams. Just quickly, Liverpool winger Federico Chiesa could leave Anfield in the January transfer window.
Nah, they'll keep him.
Well,
yeah.
it's cover for Mohamed Salah, right?
Of course.
Got to. Right, tomorrow evening sees Man United host Chelsea in a massive game for Ruben Amorim. It's been their joint worst start to the Premier League season after 4 games with pressure growing on the Man United gaffer. Chelsea, of course, will be looking to bounce back from their defeat against Bayern Munich in midweek. Now, the PFA contacted the club this week over their treatment of squad outcasts Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi. The pair were training away from the first team, and their sessions appear to be in the evening rather than during the day. The manager, Enzo Maresca, spoke to the media earlier and discussed concerns over their treatment.
My father is 75 years old, and for 50 years he has been fisherman, working for 2 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. This is hard in life, not a player the way they work.
Now, Flats, in the break, you and I started talking about that, and then producer Joe came in and said, "We're going to talk about this in a minute." And I went, "Right, stop talking." So I don't know your view, and you don't know mine. I said, unless you were listening earlier, because I mentioned that I'm sort of torn a bit earlier on in the show. I'm torn about how this one should play out. What's your view? Not necessarily on the Raheem Sterling, but players that find themselves in a bomb squad. Do you have that in rugby? Do you have
No,
players?
not really.
You don't?
I mean, you can fall out of favour, but I can't imagine a scenario where a coach didn't want to pick me anymore and put me with the academy.
Okay.
Like that, and we ate separately and stuff, that wouldn't happen. I think that is, for me, that is rather than this is just our protocol, lads. That is a statement, and that's pushing someone to leave, isn't it? I think, but mainly, I don't want to trivialise it because this is someone's career, you know. But I was listening to him then, and I'm thinking, mate, you're Chelsea manager. Why is your dad still getting up at 2 a.m. to go fishing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort him out a few notes, mate. Like, give him a deposit for a flat or something. Like, your dad shouldn't be grafting that hard. And if he is grafting that hard and doesn't need to, it's because he loves it. So it's maybe not the right comparison. I see his point. But what it's also too easy to do is because Premier League footballers earn a lot of money and it's very public that Raheem Sterling earns an awful lot of money, it's very easy to sort of dehumanise them a little bit and say, well, he's got loads of money.
It should
So
be
what's
fine.
he got to complain about? That's the we're not going to get that deep, but that's the same. If someone's got a lot of money, what have they ever got to be unhappy about or complain about? It doesn't wash. And I must say that, you know, in Raheem Sterling position, you'd be gutted because what you really want to do is play football. But he is an adult and he won't be playing. He's not young anymore. He won't be playing elite football forever. And he's earning 325 chunks a week, is what it says in the papers. So a lot of dough. And it's almost like, well, do I have another few years of doing what I really want to do and expressing myself, or do I secure my financial future even more aggressively?
Let me ask you, because the money's nuts to us, but not to multi-millionaires, which Raheem Sterling obviously is. Okay, what would you do in that scenario? So financially, you and your family, and probably 1 or 2 generations to come, are going to be fine.
Mate, 325 bags a week. I'll have dinner cross-legged in the back of my car and breakfast and lunch, but it's different because I'm not used to earning tens of millions of pounds a year.
Let me ask you, if you've got 25 million in the bank, I don't know what Raheem Sterling's got in the bank, but let's say you've got 25 million and you're 30, 31 years old and you're not included in squad trading, would you say, do you know what, I'll leave the club, forget the contract, I want to play regular football because my time's running out?
I think it probably, I'm sure there's more to it than this, but I think it probably comes down to, do I love football more? Do I love football enough to walk away from £150,000 a week for the next few years? Do I love football? I'm sure he loves football. Don't doubt that at all. I don't think you get to where Bentley you got to and where he's got to without loving it, right? But do I love it enough to walk away from that dough just so I can go and play instead of being in the situation I'm in? And it is a choice between all that dough and actually going and playing. It seems like that to me.
Do you know what as well? I think part of him is he's probably thinking, because he's not done anything wrong, he's not turned up late, he's not thrown his toys out the pram. I reckon part of him's thinking, well, why should I just walk away and make it easy for you? Like, I've tried to train as well as I can. I've been professional. You've kicked me out of the change room. And why should I walk away from the money that you owe me? So part of him's probably thinking, yes, I'd love to play football, but I'm not just walking away, leaving the money so you can just go, okay, fair enough, thank you for doing that. So part of him's probably a little bit angry with Chelsea and goes, well, I'm going to take every penny until like, you owe me, and then I'll leave.
And it might not even be as, he might not even feel as spiteful as that. He said, well, I want to play, I want to be part of things, I want to do better, I want to impress you. But it's very, very easy for people, in their cars or at home or reading the papers or whatever, to say, well, he's just there taking the money. Yeah. All right. What would you do? What would you do in this situation?
Everyone's
what
taking
would
the money.
people do?
Yeah. I do think there must be a middle ground where if he's got 2.5 years left, the club say, look, we'll give you a lump sum of 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So you can go on your merry way and find another club.
Yeah.
Part of me's probably thinking, well, why should I take one year?
Well, and then it comes down to what David was saying about how much do you love the sport and you want to
really
play.
is. Yeah,
you need a way out. You need someone to give you an option, right?
Yeah, and that is separate from your opinion on what the club are doing to him, with the asset. That's separate because in his situation, this is what's happening to him. Now, the decision I make is, do I stay here and take the money that they contractually are contractually obliged to play me? He's not nicking it.
No.
He's not an horrible bloke for asking them to honour his contract.
No.
They signed it, right? So that's all fair and above board. So he's in that situation. Do I go away and play and give up all this cash or not? And, football's a great career, pro football, but it doesn't last forever. You're a young man when you finish it.
There's no one on the planet that'll have him sitting there. Say he's got 2 years left. I don't know what he's got. Having him sitting there in the exact same scenario for 2 years and paying him all that money. At some point, they'll come to a situation where they'll go, do you know what? They might go to him 50%, he says no, 75% no. And they might just go, do you know what? For the sake of the club, here it all is, away you go. Or wherever he goes next, they strike a deal.
Boy, that'd be a good day, wouldn't it? It would be a good day. Like, here's every quid we owe you,
and they do what you want,
and plus your diesel money to training and back. You'd be like, can you imagine that?
And do you know what? I can't. Still to come, we're going to be joined by former Liverpool and Everton midfielder and TNT Sports pundit Farah Williams will be on our show. But first, it's time for the last no Googling. And of course, the last one of the day is mine. I wrote this one, and I don't think Bent is going to get it.
All right.
I want to know who is the only player to score for 7 different clubs in the Premier League.
That's easy. We had that about a month ago.
Did we?
Yeah, I can tell you it is now.
Don't tell me.
The manager.
Don't tell me it is.
We had that about 4 weeks ago.
So I meant 8 different clubs. Bent is answering more coming up right after this.
7 years.
happy to do that. Only if he keeps performing like he did today.
talkSPORT's Troy Deeney reckons Rashford's already on the plane to the World Cup. He scored twice in the 2-1 win over Newcastle. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola says the Foden-Haaland link-up is key to Man City's revival. And after another terrific performance, Foden can be the Premier League's best again.
We are so happy because I know that this match he's happy and his joy and his life is fine. The rest, his nature, his incredible talent comes alone.
Erling Haaland doesn't blink though. He's now the fastest player to reach 50 Champions League goals. Heading home, a lovely loop-through ball from Phil Foden in the win over 10-man Napoli. Elsewhere, Man United are into the Women's Champions League proper for the first time, thanks to Elizabeth Turland's hat-trick over Brann. Rugby League's Hull KR are going for a hat-trick of trophies after securing their first League Leaders' Shield. And maybe the best LA Dodger ever, pitcher Clayton Kershaw's announced he's retiring at the end of this MLB season. There's more on this at talksport.com.
It's at Friday Night Live with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, and the wonderful David Flatman alongside. Before the break, I asked the question, who's the only player to score for 7 different clubs in the Premier League? I thought it was a toughie, but Bent was like, he's done it ages ago.
Craig Bellamy.
Name them.
Coventry City.
1.
Newcastle.
2.
Blackburn.
3.
Liverpool.
4.
Cardiff.
5.
City.
Which one? 6.
West Ham.
7. There's 8. One more.
Man City, I said that.
Coventry Academy. For us at 7, Ollie Klink brings you Thank Football. It's Friday. This evening he's got Rory Jennings alongside him. Now, there's action in the WSL this evening as Man City head to Spurs. Ian Abrahams is watching that one for talkSPORT, and he's got the team news for us now. Moose, good evening to you.
Good evening. Welcome to Brisbane Road, where Spurs have started the season with a 100% record. 4 teams have won 2 out of 2. They're one of them. Man City have already lost 1, so can ill afford defeat here tonight. One change for Spurs from the side that won at Everton last week. Right Brink at right back drops out and Grant comes in. One change for City, who beat Brighton last week. Beanie drops out and Fagino comes in. Up front for them is the lethal strike force of Bunny Shaw and Vivian Miedemar. We start here at Brisbane Road at 7:30.
Good work as always. Thanks for that, Mooch. Right, as I mentioned earlier on, the first Merseyside derby of the season takes place tomorrow lunchtime. It's a game you can, of course, watch live on TNT Sports 1 with coverage starting at 11 a.m. We can look ahead to that game now with someone who played for both clubs, former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit. Farah Williams joins us on the show again. Hello, Farah. How are you?
Hi, guys. Good, thank you.
Nice.
Couldn't get away from you on my Friday nights.
Well, you're not the first woman to say that. You won't be the last, I imagine. Thank you for joining us. Where are you? Where are you? In your house? Are you out? What are you doing?
No, I'm at a friend's house, so I'm currently sat on a bed, laptop on the bed on my lap. So yeah, not the most comfortablest.
Oh, one of those embarrassing moments where you tip up at your mates and you go, "I've got a dinner interview at 6:30." Is it that?
Exactly that.
Okay. Well, I can only apologise, but as always, appreciate you coming on. Listen, me and Benny talked about this earlier on this match. You played for both sides. How big a game is this, do you think, for people that have either played in it or it's a game that have been in the hearts of Liverpool and Everton fans for as long as they can remember? Because as a kid growing up, as most derbies are, but the Merseyside derby always seems to be just that little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's massive. It's something that I learned when I moved up there, how big the derby was. And obviously Everton was my first club, and I always used to think Chelsea Tottenham and Chelsea Fulham, Chelsea Arsenal were big derbies in London. And then you realise the park that separated Anfield at the time and Goodison, and how big a derby meant and what it meant to the city and the fans and, you know, the bragging rights. And it's an unbelievable derby. I remember the first derby I did go to when I joined Everton, this was years ago. The fans actually mixed So you had Liverpool fans in Goodison Park in the Everton end, and obviously times have changed now, and it's become so so much more competitive that's definitely not happening. But yeah, it's probably the most competitive derby game that I've been to in England for sure.
Farah, I mean, I'm guessing Liverpool will be favourites on paper because of the way they started. They are the current champions. But when you look at Everton under David Moyes and what he's done in a short space of time, bringing in the likes of Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, do you give Everton a chance of winning this, or do you think it's still going to be incredibly difficult?
Yeah, I think it'll be difficult. I think what Liverpool have shown this year is that they've shown signs of what good champions can do, not perform well and get results. And we've seen how many late goals they've got, not just in the Premier League, but also in the Champions League. But for Everton, I think that they'll go in, fancying themselves a little bit. They're playing, decent football, certainly in their final third. Obviously, they got a 0-0 draw in their last Premier League game against Everton. But I think they're excited about what they now have in their team. They'll probably realise that Liverpool aren't in the best form, and maybe they fancy going them, getting something. I think it'll be difficult. They don't often win at Anfield, as we know, but I think it'll be a closer game than probably what we expect.
Farah, I've got a AA battery here. Do you want me to set it over for that fire alarm?
Yes, please. I don't know how to turn it off.
Did you actually think you were getting away with it, by the way? Were you thinking they won't hear that?
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't hear it. It's not even that. I thought the kids would be worse. I thought the noise downstairs with the kids, but they're actually keeping quiet.
Well, we'll get. It's not too bad just yet. We'll get through it. If it was 3 o'clock in the morning, it'd be a problem, right? Let's talk about the fact that Liverpool, they've been relying on late winners so far. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bit of both. I think you look back to the good Man United teams, you'll know as a United fan, the Fergie time, in terms of, getting it over the line and winning games. I think in terms of when you go into the training ground the next day and you get a late winner, this alarm's annoying me. I think
is it alarm or is it like a security tag or something? Is it like an ankle ASBO tag?
I think it's literally, keeps going off. I didn't realise until I'd zoomed into this. But I think it's a sign of a champions that you can get, late goals. But I also think the morale in terms of when you're going to training and you have got that late winner, in training in terms of that team morale is much higher than coming off the back of a defeat in that time. So the way they're doing it is probably not the most exciting, and we probably expected a little bit more given the signings they brought in. But they're certainly showing signs of champions, as the smoke alarm agrees. You lot need to stop laughing at me.
No, can you try and take this all a bit more seriously, please, lads?
I'm trying to be serious, and you lot are throwing me off track.
Farah,
David Flatman here, talkSPORT's latest football expert. I was reading earlier David Moyes talking ahead of this game, and his approach with the media at least was, we've just got to try and hang in there and try and nick it at the end. And that seems to me like not necessarily the best motivation for his team. It doesn't sound that confident. He said, this fixture's always been incredibly difficult for me because whenever I go there, Liverpool seem to be good. And I sort of wonder, do you think he's given that message to his players, or they're actually going to go and have a proper pop at Liverpool, or are they just going to... They're going to just try and hang in there?
I think your Budgerigard's got the answer to that.
Yeah. I think if you look at how the season started, if they try and leave it to the end, there's probably one outcome, and that's a Liverpool win. I think they've shown that.
I think you need to get out.
Laughing at me. But I don't think I think he wants to stay in the game. I think, when he's gone to Anfield in the past, he's not got the best of results. So for sure, he'll want his team in the game for as long as possible. But I think, with the players they have now, they can certainly be more aggressive in terms of their style and in terms of their attack. And I'm sure they're going to want to put Liverpool, they agree, whose defensive line actually hasn't been that great this season. So I'm sure they're going to want to put them on the back foot early.
Farah, going back to your former side, Everton, what should their ambition be this season? Because we've seen before David Moyes got there, the last few years have been really, really tough in terms of fighting relegation. It's been a difficult seasons for Everton, but this season it's going to be more comfortable. What are you expecting from them? Where do you think they could finish?
Yeah, I think a realistic finish is probably 10th if they can get in a little bit higher than that. But I think their fans, in terms of, you think of the last few seasons that they've been fighting, at the bottom, fighting relegation. It hasn't been the most comfortable seasons for them in the Premier League in recent years. And I think if you look back to the spell when Moyes was there before, they was, top 10 and certainly fighting. So I think a top 10 finish, new stadium, I think the fans will certainly be happy with that, and they can really build on it. You lot are really putting me off with these giggles.
I'm mainly thinking like this fire alarm. Does that mean the batteries are out? Are you safe there? Are you safe?
Yeah, well, if I'm not, then this laptop will get thrown and I'll be out the window. So.
All right, listen, we're on to 8 tonight. Can you stay with us or not?
Absolutely. If you can put out with a little peep in between.
I think it's going a bit nuts. I think we'll let you go. All right. Thanks for coming on. Good luck with the
Cheers,
budget.
Farah.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Farah. There you go. I think it was time to get that battery replaced, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a countdown.
Have you ever had one of those at like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And you can't find it.
I mean, no, I've had that before, and it just goes off mad, fire alarm.
Yeah.
And you can't get to get it off. I've just smashed one off the
Do you
wall.
remember Charlotte who used to read the news?
Yeah, Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she rented a flat, and it had incredibly tall ceilings. Like you'd need the longest ladder in the world to get to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And there was one of those that started going off in the middle of the night, and she, for maybe 2 weeks, kept phoning up the guy that owned the flat, and he wouldn't come down and fix it.
Do you know what's funny about them as well?
Horrific, isn't it? Every night.
It's an awful sound. And also, sometimes you think, it's the middle of the night. I just close loads of doors.
No, I would never do that.
No, I do. And I was like...
Oh. You got, was it in the West Wing of your house?
But but you can hear it from everywhere.
Yeah.
You close that many doors, and you can still...
Ryan, be careful.
And you can still hear it.
You can. There's a great episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Do you watch that?
Yeah, love it.
Okay, there's a great one with that exact scenario going off. And it comes back to haunt him.
Shall I write that one down? What's it called again?
Don't mock Curb.
What's it called again? Curb.
Mate, Curb Your Enthusiasm, you're treading a very thin line with that one, my friend.
Do you not know it?
I do know it, yeah, but
No, you don't.
He's got
such a liar.
He's got a reputation of telling really riveting stories.
No,
the last
no.
couple of weeks. Wow.
No, absolutely. I did one yesterday. That was it.
Yesterday?
Go on, what's Curb about?
I don't know what it's about, but I know what the
What is it?
story is. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, what is it?
No, I don't know what it is.
You know nothing
it's
about
a sitcom. I know it's a sitcom, but...
Name one thing about it.
I don't watch it.
You know nothing about it.
No, but I don't watch it. Who's in it? Who's the main guy?
See, you don't even know.
No, give me the main guy.
Larry David.
Oh, Larry.
Larry. Average height, average build. Big little bloke.
What's his hair like? Describe his hair to me.
Short and long, isn't it?
Come on, describe it.
I don't quite know, Larry.
Roughly, what's
Does
his
he wear
hair like?
glasses?
Yes.
Bang. There you go.
All right, that's 50-50.
There you go.
It's not the worst game of Guess Who ever.
No, but no.
He actually wears a monocle, so you're off, right?
What's...
Does he?
No. Who wears a monocle unless it's Chris Eubank's dad?
No, there's a few characters.
No, just Chris Eubank. It's Chris Eubank and Chris Eubank Jr.
I know, but now his son's the topical one, so we have to refer to him as his dad.
Right,
yeah.
okay,
A few people wear them.
Go on, a few people wear monocle. Go on.
Blofeld in Bond.
Right,
he had one. That's what I need. That's what I need.
Yeah, but he's not a real guy, man. Like,
Well, don't spoil it.
does he wear it in real life?
Don't burst that bubble for him.
Well, James Bond films real life, were they? Didn't know that.
Benty went on Mastermind, and his specialist subject was James Bond.
Oh, really?
He got one.
I panicked.
Oh, mate.
You know, sometimes you panic.
Yeah.
No, I panicked, yeah.
One. And that was your
is
name.
tough.
Did you win yours?
No, come second. 13.
Isn't it weird how you can do what you did, right? And if you think how many boys and men play football daily, weekly, globally, and you are a guy that went into the best league in the world and got a starting spot, it's unbelievable performance under pressure. It's elite, beyond any MD, CEO. There's way fewer footballers,
Yeah.
And then you get on Mastermind and you
Panic.
crap.
Can't do it.
You crumble.
Give it. Oh, right, don't do that, please. Don't do that, right.
Can I just say, it wasn't that he crumbled, right? He just didn't do his research.
No, I know.
He didn't know the answers.
There's no crumbling.
No, I did do my research.
No.
But I did. No, I did.
No.
But I did
No.
face value.
Top level.
Yes.
No,
I didn't go
no,
deep into who directed this scene in the...
No.
You know what I mean? I did all that.
He's watched all the Bond films.
Millions times.
And when they said what subject is it, he just went James Bond, which is the most generic,
Yeah.
as far as you can get it.
It's like saying
far away.
politics.
Yes.
I could ask you anything.
Yeah.
When I go back on, I'll do it again.
Did you realise you made a mistake?
Question one. When question one came, when I went, oh,
I'd love to see that.
Who's the second director of the, you're like sitting there going like, oh no. I thought you can ask me what was his tagline.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, I won't go on that. Even though it's for charity.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
God,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
They earned nothing.
No, it did. Yeah, no, but it was good comedy value. I'm not. I'm not doing that
£100 per correct answer it was.
I'm not doing that.
Bentley's the only person to go on Mastermind and owe them money.
No, I've got 3 right in total though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a couple of general knowledge.
Yeah, his name.
How many rounds?
His
2
age.
rounds.
2 rounds.
Should we do that? We've got more. We've got more tests when we come out.
Do you know what,
We've got
I had my
quiz when we
family in the crowd as well. Embarrassing.
Oh, that-
Kids there watching.
What a waste of a trip. Humiliating.
go. Is it your kids? Is that your dad?
It was
No.
took a flyby to get there as well. So I should have known from then.
Oh, we don't want to go on that.
Yeah,
They're out of business now, so we're okay.
yeah, I
We're
should have known
all right.
from then.
We're going to have a quick break. When we come back, we'll be doing stuff right after this. Listen to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with us here at talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent, and of course the former England prop, TNT Sports pundit and superstar David Flatman. Follow us at 7 Ollie Clink brings you Thank Football. It's Friday. Tonight he's got Rory Jennings alongside him. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear live commentary from the Championship as Middlesbrough take on West Brom. But before all of that, it's time now for this.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching. DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
Don't go to bed yet. This is our new feature, DBB TNT Bracket Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by former England prop and TNT Sports pundit David Flatman. Now, every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly predict the result, they'll be given a point. If they get the score right, bang on, they'll get another 2 points, so 3 in total. We'll be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT's experts, pundits working together to hopefully smash the living daylights out of Darren Bent, because it'd be horrific if he won it. Now, last week, Jason Cundy stepped in for Darren Bent, and he has got... Did he step in? Were you not here?
No, last Friday, no.
Well, what were you doing?
I was working.
Oh, yeah, got more money, yeah. Anyway, he's got you right...
Better offer, was it?
Yeah, that's fair. Just an offer. Right back in the game, we got you. Cundy, that's amazing. Correctly predicted that Arsenal will beat Forest 3-0 to bag a massive 3 points, meaning that DB is now beating TNT Sports for the first time this season. Current score, DB 10, TNT Sports 9. This week, David and Benty will have 30 seconds to give us their prediction for the following games and tell us how they see each one playing out. You can elaborate as much or as little as you want. David, would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
Okay. That leaves you, Darren Bent. So the first game you're going to be talking about for around about 30 seconds. There's no clock here. Liverpool gets Everton. It's a game you can watch live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow, 12:30, Benny.
I'm going to go for 2-0 to Liverpool.
Okay.
I just think, as good as Everton are, their record at Anfield is appalling. I think Liverpool haven't got going yet, but still sit on maximum points. I've maybe left it a little bit late in games to win, but that's a sign of champions. They're finding a way to win. And I just think Liverpool at home is so strong. So I'm going to go for Liverpool to win 2-0.
Why don't you see Everton scoring, though?
Because I just think Liverpool defensively at home are strong, good.
You mentioned Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, they've got good players, but I just feel like Liverpool have got a bit between their teeth at the minute. So I'm going to go 2-0.
Okay. David?
I'm not copying him. But the reason is, David Moyes doesn't even think Everton are going to win. From everything I've read that he said, he is very confident they are not going to win, and it's going to be really awful. He's not looking forward to it. He's never enjoyed his time there. And Liverpool are in good nick, lovely nick. I was going to go 2-0 or 3-0.
Lovely nick.
They're in lovely nick, and because you've gone 2-0, I'll go 3-0.
Okay.
But I don't see Everton scoring.
Okay, fine. Next up, tomorrow at 5:30, Manchester, the mighty Man United against little old Chelsea. Be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Don't just say it because you know I'm a United fan. Because I know you're going to say we're going to lose.
Well, listen, right? Chelsea's record at Old Trafford is horrific.
It is
right?
horrific.
They're appalling. So I'm going to go for Man United 1, Chelsea 3.
Vile, man.
I just think Chelsea are better than you. Simple as that. I think they're better than you. I think Arsenal were poor against you first game of the season and still managed to win. I think Chelsea have got some serious match winners in their squad. Yes, the Bayern Munich result went against them this week, but I think they played really well, created chances, and I don't know how you stop Cole Palmer. So I'm genuinely going to go 3-1
Cunha's back, though.
Yeah, I don't know how you stop Cole Palmer, so I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay, arrogant.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea, and my reasons were, one was Cole Palmer, because I am not, believe it or not, although I sound, I can make it sound like I know a huge amount about football. You'll agree with that?
I don't know if he does sound like that.
What I do know is when a player, when I watch it on telly, when he looks better than everyone else. And Cole Palmer very often looks better than everyone else to a relatively untrained eye. So they've got him, and Man United, as far as I'm aware, Andy, are Strugsville, Tennessee.
They are.
Yeah.
Strugsville.
So what are you going, 2-1 or 3?
2-1.
Okay.
And Chelsea not on top form. Little bit hungover, but still don't need to be at any more than 80% to win.
Okay. I've only got about 15 seconds for the last one. Arsenal against Man City, your team, Benny. Sunday, 4:30.
2-1 Arsenal.
Honestly.
You said 15 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the result you've just given me.
So I can't bet at home.
So rude. Dave, proper answer from you, please, David.
1-1. Arsenal would love them to beat City at home, but think they will be disappointed. But ultimately, Man City might not hit their straps, and they've got Haaland who can't score anyway. That was a joke because I know he scores.
Yeah, okay, fine. You didn't say
How do you think the score will be in that game then?
We haven't got time for my prediction. Man City will win. 3-1.
1-1, mate.
David, what an absolute flats. Thank you. What an absolute pleasure. It's the first time we've met. Hopefully the first of many, because you've been a superstar. Really enjoyed your company. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great weekend. We'll see you lot on Monday at 4 o'clock. I'll leave, of course, the last night to chat.
I forgot to.
GPT's Darren Bent. You better hurry up or make it up on your own. We'll be back Monday at 4. Have a nice weekend. Be safe, everyone. Be safe, but
stay strong, stay safe, stay beautiful. Same time next week.